Hump Day Edition, Outlaw Radio on a Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time is usually when I get started. So if you're new to the show, welcome aboard. If you are a consistent Outlaw supporter, what we like to call the part of the Outlaw family, welcome back. It's Outlaw Radio, Nappy Valentines Day. Yes, I did not make a mistake. It is Nappy Valentine's Day, right? I want to talk about Valentine's Day for a minute because I hate Valentine's Day, right? We're going to get into all of that and much, much more. My name is Kevin Barnes. I just happen to be the host of Outlaw Radio, the militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer. So welcome to Nappy Valentine's Day. I'm not alone. I have my co-host, as usual, or my co-pilot, as I sometimes refer to him. Mr. Carter, what it do, man? How you doing tonight?
Hey, life was just good, man. Right on time, and always on time. You dig? Welcome to Outlaw Radio.
You wasn't on time.
Talk that talk, and we definitely walk that walk. Raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor. Hey, mama, there go the sea man!
There we go, man. There we go. Support black business, like I always say. There's no need for you as a person of color to not at least attempt to entertain some sort of black business, some sort of black entrepreneur. Engage them, support them where it fits. I'm not telling you you have to purchase anything you don't need or you don't want, but if someone who you know has it and they're a person of color, you should support that. So shout out to Kamara and every other black person who's doing it how they got to do it every day, humping, right? Getting it in. People think being an entrepreneur is doing whatever I want. And Kamara, you always remind me that it is totally the opposite.
Totally the opposite. You cannot just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Just the thing is the satisfaction of knowing you're doing it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people equate your own business. They figure you got a lot of money, but you also got a lot of overhead.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to be smart with all that. So, yeah, it's a lot more than what people think.
Yeah, man, nothing's automatic, man. Nothing's automatic. I like I say, man, I think people tend to try and start businesses and then realize when they in there, like, oh, this ain't what I thought it was. And that's why a lot of businesses fail as well, because people just kind of like, man, I'm not finna do all this. Or they feel like you said, they get into the mindset of I can't do it. They won't let me do it.
Right.
I don't stand a chance. I can't do this. And so, you know, their dreams fall by the wayside.
Defeat yourself before you get started.
Yeah, man. I want to start off by saying prayers and condolences to the families down in Kansas City at the Super Bowl parade they had today. There was a shooting. I think one person is already confirmed dead, and there's like 15 people injured. From what I've seen, it was a very chaotic scene. It's crazy, man. And people in Milwaukee like to think, well, foolishness only goes on in our city, right? Like, remember years back when we had the shooting at the Deer District, and everybody's like, oh, man, only in Milwaukee. This is crazy. But nah,
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, right? It's everywhere. So, man, prayers and condolences to them. And I don't know, it's still developing because it's fairly new. So if anybody is up on that, hit me up and let me know more about it as it develops. I see Ian Jordan in the chat room. How you doing, my brother? Says exactly. Vince Tony, my brother from another mother. How you doing, Vince? Listen, man, if y'all want to get involved with this show, please hit the line. The line is 262-202-5131. Once again, the line is 262-202-5131. We do have a chat room in which most people participate. We were supposed to have KD on tonight, the rapper. He canceled. He ghosted me. Canceled on. I don't know. He didn't even cancel. He just never responded. So yeah. Shout out to KD, man. I just, you ain't made a record in a long time, bro. I'm just saying. Come on, I ain't gonna do it.
There you go, man.
I ain't gonna do it. Shout out to KD, man. Still one of my favorites.
Hey, he probably hit you right after the show or
Maybe
something.
so.
Don't
Maybe
do it,
so.
man.
Right, you right. You right. So I'm not, you know what I mean? Now in a couple weeks, if there's no communicado, we'll tell it like a TI is. But shout out to him. Ewok in the chat room. He said Walk's World. How you doing, Ewok? Out there in AZ, representing the mill. I know a lot of people are listening, man. Just stop by and say hi, man. Get in the chat room. We're bound to talk about something that you have an opinion about. That is guaranteed, right? I put money on that at Potawatomi. Is that how you say it? Black people say words any way we want to. Potawatomi. Is it Potawatomi or is that how you say it? I'm not.
I think. I don't know. Shit.
Okay.
Something like that.
I don't know either.
Do it matter?
Right. In the grand scheme of things, right? Doesn't really even matter. That is a very good point. It is Black History Month, and I am, Kamar, we've been pretty consistent on saying we appreciate the designation of Black History Month. And so I am right now, but I still feel the same way. But I'm starting to look at the validity of it. Like, not from us, but just because people are upset about the singing of the Black National Anthem. Even to this day, like it's 2024. I'm often urged to tell people, remind certain people, you do know it's 2024, right? We allow sports franchises to play the Canadian national anthem. I've heard, people have done
Russian.
it in
You
England,
heard the Russian national anthem.
Yeah, but the Black national anthem is an issue. And so when I look at stuff like that and I say, yeah, this month is Black History Month, right? Which, first of all, should be a consistent everyday thing if you are a person of color. I would understand why white people don't tend to get into or care about our history. I mean, like you just said, Kamar, why would they,
Right.
like who do it even matter? Does it matter? Right? I don't think it's not important to me whether a white person knows who Benjamin Banneker was.
Right.
I just don't care. So yeah, man, I'm looking at Black History Month and I'm seeing stuff like first of all, if you're familiar with Griselda Blanco, the South American, whatever she was, Colombian drug dealer, murdering crazy woman from the 80s, they've made her life story 7-8 times. Right? The black dude who she was messing around with has made his rounds. There's books. He's, done documentaries. He's now on Vlad again since this latest Griselda movie comes out. But we got one Harriet Tubman movie. We got one Adam Clayton Powell movie. Hell, you did Rustin, and it was all about the fact that he was a gay man and there was other gay men that were closeted. To me, that's what the point of the movie
was. Right. That's what I thought.
Like, name your favorite civil rights hero. He was gay. Bayard hit that, right? Bayard hit that, right? Like, So yeah, man, happy Black History Month, man. And big ups. Teach the lessons that need to be taught, especially for our people who don't know. But I'm kind of iffy now. I'm just like side-eyeing the other side now, Kamar. And it's not just because of the Black national anthem. I seen, and somebody tell me if this is true, is Biden's out buying fried chicken for Black people? Please tell me this is not true. It's just, and while all of this is happening, our comedians are beefing. We'll talk about that tonight too. Rel, welcome to the show, man. How you doing tonight?
Peace. I'm good. How y'all doing?
We're good, man. We're good. It's Nappy Valentines Day, right? And I, first of all, let me ask y'all. I don't consider myself romantic. I know I'm not romantic. I'm not a big flowers and rose petals, and like I'm not big on any of that. I feel like consistent treatment of you need something, you want something. If I can provide it for you, I get it. It's not really about delegating days to do so. But I'm just not overall, just not a real romantic guy. And I don't like St. Valentine's Day because it's not equal when it comes to Sweetest Day, which is supposed to be for the men. Because let's be honest, Valentine's Day is primarily for the ladies. And so when you say Sweetest Day, which is also another made up holiday, You say that's for the men. Most women will hurry up and say, "Well, we don't celebrate that." Right? She making you think you getting a break from giving her a gift, but really, she's not giving you a gift on a day that's for you. We'd be like, "Yeah, it's cool, baby. You know, I ain't tripping on that." But Valentine's Day, here you go. Candy cards. I like to go in Walgreens and look at all the other simps spending money on candy and cards and flowers. And yes, I'm in there with them. Kamar, do you consider yourself romantic?
No, I feel like I do what my lady like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it don't have to be a certain day.
Aside from Valentine's Day, just being romantic, like you the kind of dude that set it off, like, man, you know, you had a whole thing set up when she comes in. She's like, oh my God, this is so nice, Kamar. That's
I
you?
will do something like that. You know what I'm saying? I will do something like that.
It sounds like you're saying yes and no.
Well, you know what I mean? Yeah, you said it's like, am I romantic? I don't know. It depends on what you would call a romantic.
Okay.
You know okay. But I will do something like that. You know what I mean? I'll hook it up for my lady. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
That, and now, and seeing the difference is what I'm saying is, like I said, it don't have to be a certain day.
Okay.
That.
Hear you. What I'm saying is, I ain't talking about the intent. If you know, I set it up. Yeah, I'm willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently doing it, I'm not that guy. I'm not, just because, right? Sending you forget me nots. I'm just not. And my wife, I don't feel like she's that way. She doesn't, I'm not walking in the house to strawberries and whipped cream and all this kind of shit. It's like, nah.
It's about finding somebody that kick it pretty much the same way you do.
Right. And that's why it works for us. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why it works. That's why it's like, real. You consider yourself romantic. I know you like to talk about how smooth you are with the ladies and whatnot, but are you the romantic dude? Like, yeah, baby, I ran your bath water and it's rose petals in the water and you got your silk man suit on and all this kind of stuff. That's you.
I definitely run some bath water and throw some of my CBD bath soaks and stuff in it.
Okay.
As far as like the rose petals, I would probably add I fuck with herbs, so it'll probably be more like lavender and chamomile and shit like that.
Rose hips. Hey, rose hips.
Right. You know, I'm a practical dude. I'm not really, as far as like, I guess romance, I do like to provide and make sure she took care of, but I'm not into like the theatrics of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like and a lot of people want the theatrics of it, and that's something that I haven't been able to push myself into being. But I definitely will show you that you are valued, appreciated, adored through my methods, without all the extravagant theatrics.
Man, y'all are killing me with these super safe ass answers tonight. I will, I treat my lady right. I do what I need to do. I should ask the question differently.
That ain't safe.
I should have said, are you consistently romantic right now? Are you rubbing the feet every day? Are you got the candles?
I don't do feet though.
Okay.
Like I don't even like my feet touched. I'm too ticklish. You know what I mean?
It ain't gotta be feet. Is you back rubbing? Is you massaging every day? Every day.
I'm rubbing everything. I'm rubbing and touching on everything else.
Well, yeah, I ain't talking about that, Kamar, though. All of us willing to grab, nah, that don't make you romantic. See, this is men's idea of, what you mean I ain't romantic? I just grabbed your booty the other day. That's not romantic to women. That's romantic to us. Like we like that's romance right there.
I rub feet every day, like while we watching movies and shit. I rub feet. Shit, we still hold hands while we watching TV.
Oh,
shit,
wow.
We meditate in the morning. Shit. Make sure we look in each other's eyes and shit while we meditate. Shit like that. So I mean, if that's romantic, I guess I don't be thinking about shit like that because that's just what we do. But I guess if that's romantic, then yeah.
Man, I've been married 22 years. We don't hold hands when we watching TV.
Nah.
A lot of times we don't even watch TV together. Like it got to be a special event for us because it'll be like a movie. And I say, well, so and so is on. we can watch that together. But most of the time when we're watching TV, I'm in a different room. But this is year 23, so I don't know. Maybe you'll change, maybe you won't. I'm not.
This year 12 for us, but like we try to etch out some like Wednesdays that Abbott Elementary shit come on.
Love it.
So since we be on the podcast, we usually set aside Thursdays to watch it. You know,
okay.
Chill. You know, and that's when we can get our quality time in, rub feet, hold hands, and shit.
I'm not romantic. I can say it. I'm not, and I don't even think about it. That's why you hear me when I say I hate Boys to Men. I really do. And I hate that song.
What about Drew Hill? You hate Drew Hill too?
I like Beauty Is Her Name. Drew Hill. That's my kind of like a on my soundtrack for when I met my wife, actually. So, but all the rest of that they can miss me with, right? Like all of the like I used to hate people listening to Shy. I used to be like, I'll murder Shy. I hated Shy.
Oh man, I still sing Comforter and yeah.
Jodeci was different though. Jodeci was different. I rock with Jodeci, but I didn't then when it was out. Like I used to be like, turn that bullshit off and put this
for real,
put this Scarface on or something like that. I was one of them dudes. I wasn't really. Hey, well, let's make ball MJG. It's dudes up in here. Why you playing this? Ewok said, "Who robbing you? Pato? They robbing you? Ewok? Pogo? Who's Pogo? Tell me who's Pogo." Mark Ross, how you doing, my brother? I see you in the chat room.
Peace.
Mark Ross has his own podcast. What's the name of it? Mark, put your information in the chat room so people can check you out. ENC Jordan says, look, when you see black people doing bad, people always say, look at them. This is black culture. When you have black people stand up and be proud, they say, why are they separating themselves? This is Marxist. This is socialism. These are race baiters. These people are idiots. I wouldn't disagree with you, Ian, in that we definitely understand the double standard when it comes to us, right? Like any across the board. But see, we do that to ourselves too. We just talked about on Monday. The first thing that people are saying anytime something crazy going on is white folks don't do that. See, I bet you they ain't doing that. Like we compare like they're the standard of success. Right? Like so it's a lot of black people who be like, look at them over there. Like they ain't, why you making too much noise? You won't mess it up for all of us. There's a lot of black people who do that as well. So you just got to hand it out where it should be. Let me see. Ian said I was just in Walgreens. Motherfucker. LOL. Love you, Cam. Yeah, your simp ass. Happy Valentine's Day. If your ass was up in Walgreens getting candy and shit today, I was in there. You simp. We're all simps. Come on, man. It's this Hallmark holiday, but you ain't gonna miss it. Ewok said I grew up knowing Valentine's Day was for both male and female. Somewhere down the line, we got tricked into thinking it was Ladies' Day. It is. Dion in the chat room, he said, what the fuck going on? Mariah, what up, cuz?
Hey, look, I remember when I was growing up, man, my mother used to buy me stuff for Valentine's Day.
That type of shit, right? I mean, so right, but that dilutes it for you. Like it's like this ain't no big deal. Right? We used to give each other horrible candy in class.
But I mean, like, as far as I'm talking about, like, how they say, like, this the man's holiday or the feeding women's holiday, you know what I mean? My mother just taught me, she just said it's about love.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? It really don't matter who, like, or what you are, you know what I mean? It's just about love. Just celebrate love that day.
Wow. People call it Love Day. Mariah, you are correct. She says, I believe having all brothers kind of messed me up. Chicken and beer is romantic to me. It did mess you up, and I know your brothers. So, yes. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yours is a little different. Ewok said, Pato robbing him. I don't know how they robbing you. Ian said he loves Lift Every Voice and Sing. It's not my favorite song, but I'm not against it. He said I described him. Let me see. We got somebody in the chat. I'm sorry, we got somebody on the stage in queue rather. Mr. Sean Moore. Welcome to the show, man. What's going on with you?
What it do, family? Doctor, Professor, and Negro Whisperer.
Yeah, man.
Whisperer.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I gotta share this, right? Because I just found this out yesterday, I think it was, and I was like in awe. and I felt so great that we were thought about. We do have a date. It's either March 13th or the 14th, and it has a name. It's called Steak and a BJ. Look it up if you think I'm lying. Look it up if you think I'm lying.
I can guarantee you we don't celebrate that around here. We ain't never celebrated that.
Look here, man. I think it's time that we need to start pushing for us.
With Steak and a BJ.
You know what I mean?
That was called Saturday. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Forgive me. Listen.
What it do?
Let me catch my chat room, Sean. Jesse Parrish, Shane Kruma, Peace Outlaws. He's hitting us up from Denver, which he calls the Mile High Income and Migrant Flooded City. Shout out to you and Shabaka St. Core for the Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. All love over that way. Mama Jenkins in the building. She said, good evening, my Outlaw family. Let's make it do what it do. Yes, happy Valentine's Day to all. I didn't get flowers today because I get them every day. My husband said every day I'm a sweetheart. So I got to go with that. Right. And I feel like that's what all dudes should do, especially if you forgot to get her something. Baby, I do for you all the time.
Just in case.
I was about to say, what if I'm lying, though?
Hey, man.
They say it's easier to keep up than it is to catch up.
There you go. Hey, razzle dazzle, right?
As long as I get up in the morning, people should be happy. Shit.
Right. Well, hey, baby, ain't nothing cooking but the peas in the pot, and they wouldn't be cooking if the water wasn't hot. That's what you tell her, right? That shit ain't gonna work. You still gonna end up at Walgreens,
right?
With a heart and a goddamn card in your hand. Don't fucking front to me. Dion says, I feel like we are sheep and we conform to any motherfucking things these people tell us. Some of us, some of us, like the way we look at ourselves and the state of being for our people in our community, it's not as heavy to some individuals as it is to others. Some people are driven to be just really talking about it and vocal about it and active and trying to help people. Some people could give a shit less. It's like, Kev, I ain't one of the first things somebody told me, and it was a young lady. I'm not going to say her name. She was actually going to be my publicist years ago when I first started doing Outlaw Radio. And we had built up some steam, and so she had heard the show, and she said, you need a publicist. But the first thing she said to me was like, well, don't nobody want to hear that Black Power shit. It ain't about revolution, it's about evolution. I was like, damn, well, looks like you won't be employed for long by me. Like, what am I supposed to talk about? I'm a Black man who lives in the Black community.
Won't be employed at all.
Right. Well, it didn't last long.
Well, I mean, evolution is great too.
Yeah, it's cool, but when you say nobody has time for that Black
evolution power, is a part of the revolution. Evolution is the result of the revolution.
And the cause.
Right. All that.
It's before and after, right?
It all go hand in hand.
BRAR, before revolution, after.
No, because even after the revolution, you still gonna have many that have not evolved and don't want to evolve.
Everything ain't for everybody, man. And I'm willing to give people that gravity. Everything, do you. That's what I tell people. Do you. Like, that's the most profound advice I can give anybody. You're right, Ian. Sean is, I guess it's Black History Month, so he's saluting my man George Washington Carver because he's making a peanut butter and jelly. I know you don't do this shit on your show, so I'm just
yes, I do.
I'm taking notes. No, you don't. I watch your show. Nobody's on there making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hold on. Next time you send me a link, I'm gonna be like, Sean, have you eaten yet?
Man, let me find out.
I ate already.
Let me find out peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Y'all get together.
Say that again.
I went and bought some strawberry jelly.
I don't need to know your ingredients.
I just want a peanut. I already ate. I just want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man.
All of a sudden, in the middle of my show, you want a peanut butter sandwich. Like it's. Kamar, what was you saying?
Sean, let me find out. That's what the fellas do when ain't nobody around. Niggas start making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's healthy.
You can eat them all day. I just don't understand why he has to do it on Outlaw Radio.
Right? Bro, we're family, bro. You know what I mean? We can, shit, you can come on the show and eat.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you though, Mickey Mickey don't be cooking. So
I'm cool because in my mind that's rude and intrusive. So I wouldn't do it to anybody else. I wouldn't soil their platform by coming on with a double whopper and some fries, eating like, yep, that's all I'm saying all the time. Yeah, no, it's time to talk. It ain't time to eat. So you want me to black your screen while you eat your sandwich because you having snack time like you in 5 years
bro,
old.
I'm not even eating the sandwich. I'm just making the sandwich.
Yeah, he gonna put it up for later. Liar.
I'm right here, bro. I'm not even eating the sandwich.
Oh, man. Shout out to George Washington Carver, right?
Right, for
He's
real,
still
man.
you, George, apparently.
It's still February, bro.
Right. Jesse said, right, they killed me when other black people say they ain't got time for the black power shit. Like, aren't you black? Stop running away from blackness. It's just not important. It's just not important to some people. Listen, I say this all the time. Being black is dangerous, but it's fun, right? The young people say, but it's lit. And everybody ain't about the challenges that it brings. If you are a person who's unapologetically black, I mean that when you say that, it ain't just an act. It oozes from every orifice on your body, your blackness. Everything you do is black. And that's what you are about. That a lot of people can't handle what comes with that because you can get isolated and ostracized, and people will try to, then we get our gatekeepers who look like us. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. So it's a tough job, man, but somebody got to do it. I'm happy that I'm one who's been able to say, nah, there's nothing else. I'm nothing else. I'm black. Don't nothing else happen without that fact being established, right? I don't care if we watching TV. I don't care if we walking down the street. I don't care if we drive. Everything that I see is black. It's black people. I see my people. How do black people walk? How do we talk? What do we eat? What music we listen to? What culture? What art? I'm on that all day. So that's why I didn't know who Taylor Swift was. That's why I was like, I don't know who Taylor Swift is because I don't pay attention to they shit like that. It's not racist. I'm just too busy doing me. That's all.
I thought you stayed in a Hmong community.
No, there's Hmong people over here. No, sir. Matter of fact,
it will be
I'm here
soon.
to tell you, you live in a Hmong community, whether you know it or not. Shit. Yeah, we all live in a Hmong community, goddamn. Hmong and Arab shit. I don't want to hear no black people talking about, oh, you say we scared. I stay in the same city you do. We all know whose community it is. But did you have anything big? Because you requested to come on, and I know you haven't been on since you started your program. So
I want to kick it with the family. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Going in on the conversation.
Okay.
I did start my new position. I'm with the Wisconsin Bike Federation. I work on traffic accidents and coming up with better designs for the roads to decrease fatalities on the roads. It's my goal to help get us to that point. I've been doing some research. Oslo, Norway, which is 1 million people, they achieve 1 traffic death. We're averaging 97 a year. And last year we had 5,345 traffic deaths in Wisconsin. Most of these traffic deaths happen in marginalized or disenfranchised communities. And most of the people committing these traffic deaths don't stay in these communities. We don't hear about it because the victim never gets an opportunity to speak. So hopefully I can be a voice for those victims and prevent future victims. So
congratulations.
That's my route.
I see you've been living out loud since you ditched them the trumped up charges in the kangaroo court.
You know, man.
So shout out to you. Sean been out here like a rock star. Everything like I'm free, nigga. He done went and got him a GOB. Congratulations, man.
It's not GOB.
Oh shit.
See, that's that Rufus King shit. Sorry,
you right. Because they teach you cursive and how to spell in the House of Corrections where you graduated from. So
I didn't graduate from the House of Correction.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that's where you had went to English class. She got brothers be having certificates from jail and they be acting like it's valid. Like, bro, don't you know I got a certificate for changing tires? I got that in the pen. Dog,
Yeah,
that's not
I
a
didn't
flex.
miss this part of the show. I didn't miss this part.
Oh man. Well,
Yes.
welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Well, thank
And
you.
don't be shy to take a bite off your peanut butter and jelly
I
sandwich.
know, man. It's like
He
looking
want it so bad. He looking
I
at it
do.
like, fuck you, dude. I can't get my damn sandwich. I just mess with you, man. Go ahead and make that
Nah, man,
peanut
cause
butter
you
and
will
jelly.
black my screen, and I think
Nah,
something wrong
man.
with my phone and stuff.
I don't even have no screen black. I just take you off.
Was saying,
You wouldn't be
wow.
black, you'd be gone. I don't got no screen black. I ain't that technologically sound. But Sean, we were talking about Valentine's Day. That's why I call the show Nappy Valentine's Day, because for black people it is a Nappy Valentine's Day. But are you romantic? Because we all agreed that I'm not.
So I
Kamar's willing
try
to
to
be,
be,
and Rail
but
is consistently.
I try to be, but I don't believe that one day, I should celebrate or be romantic on just this day, right? If you love the person, you would, man. Once you get together, the romance and the dating shouldn't stop. It should increase.
Well, see, ain't nobody answering the question. We all understand that, but
I said
are
I
you
am romantic. That was the
are
question.
okay? So consistently, you got the slow music playing, the candles lit when she
I
come
don't do
in.
all the slow music. I do other stuff though.
You got Too Short playing.
No,
Got
I
a
don't do
joint
no
burning.
gangster. I ain't making love with a gun on the headboard no more. I ain't doing that.
Oh, okay. He
I
said
ain't
no
doing
more.
that. I ain't doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm looking for tips and pointers because I'm not. And I just, like you said, for me, everybody's agreed, all of us, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat room, or you can hit the line, which is 262-202-5131. What do you think romance is? Like, I don't, for some of us, just you going getting some groceries and coming home and you throw the food
No, the
on.
hell it ain't.
And, well, I said for some of us, maybe not for you,
Who
but
the hell is that?
you eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Your opinion don't matter, right?
Bro, hold on.
You
If
need some
that's what
milk.
you
You're gonna
call
choke.
romance, we need to talk after the show.
Nah, man. Sometimes just somebody to provide for you. That's my point. It ain't.
Oh,
It's
okay.
somebody, if your car broke down and he show up and boom, get it right. And hey, that's romance, baby. So that's my version, anyways. I'd be happy if my wife say, you know what you want on your pizza. I'm about to buy some pizza. I'm gonna get you one. I'm like, damn, that's so romantic. She finna buy me a pizza.
Wow.
Right. I'm just saying it's different for everybody. That's all.
No, that's sad.
Well, to you it's sad. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know what? Ask your female.
You blacked your own screen that time.
Ask your female viewers.
Well, they included in the chat room. I hope that they don't think they're excluded from the conversation. So that's why I said, ladies out there, if you're listening, whoever you are, what's romantic to you? Like, do you want your man to be constantly on that? It's just a lot of effort for nothing to me. Like, why do I got to do all that? Like, I don't feel like I should have to do all that. That's once again, we talking about the Negro Whisperer. Deborah Jenkins said, bromance equals communication. I think she meant romance equals communication, sharing, and respect for one another. Right. We're not overly enthusiastic about no holiday, though. Like, we'll do Christmas, especially for our kids, but like, we don't make a big deal out of holidays. I mean, my wife go to church on Easter Sunday, but we're not big on holidays like that. Christmas, yeah, birthdays, yeah, but it's not really about that. You be together for so long, you'd be like, okay, it ain't really even about that. But everybody's welcome to their own opinion. I have a problem, and I hope Miss Beverly is watching, because I can't. Ian talking about getting ass naked in the rain. See, everybody got their own.
What?
He talking about that's romantic to him.
Who the hell said that?
That's Ian C. Jordan.
Oh,
He's I think Ian's in AZ. He's in Arizona. He's from here though. But that's what you like to do with your girl. Hey, y'all got a crib, y'all grown. Let's go in the backyard.
Hey,
Right. Right. But no, I got a problem because we have this is an election year, and we know that we are on the precipice of some very important elections. And so this newest kick is a referendum that's going to be added for $252 million for Milwaukee Public Schools.
What?
This is what I'm saying. This is why I would hope Miss Beverly was watching, or if she's not, I'm going to reach out to her because $252 million. They're saying MPS once again. It's this language of, but we're gonna be broke if y'all don't do this. We're gonna be broke. The last time we did the math on MPS's budget, I believe it was north of $1 billion. I wish the juice lady was here because she jump on Google. Y'all can see what MPS's budget is. If you have a $1 billion budget, how do you have this big of a deficit in your budget? I've heard many people say that there's money missing.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, how do we know? Because if you've tricked off $1 billion budget, why should we believe you're going to be on point with $252 million more? Now, once again, we have a tax increase. We have the stadium that they want $100 million for. There's a pay raise for Common Council. Now you're talking about $252 million more dollars for MPS. And I'm looking at the leaders of Milwaukee like, dude, come on. Are y'all serious? Look, there's a magazine. What is it? Upscale magazine? What? I don't know what I don't read it, so I don't know what it is. But Mayor Johnson and DC Crowley are on the cover, and it says Faces of Power. And they're on there celebrating the fact that they were able to get things done and prevent divisiveness since they've been elected. And I'm like, what have you gotten done except for getting a tax hike passed and accepting stupid slave-like conditions to get the money? And that's our money anyways. That's a face of power, not power for us. Ewok, what it do, man? How you doing?
Man, you know what it is. I feel like Valentine's Day is it's partially brainwashing. You know what I'm saying, with the pagan shit. You know, but at the same time, you know, to each his own. We all choose a getaway. It's just like some people fry hot wings and everything and shit for the Super Bowl. And, you know, everybody pick their own little getaway because, you know, in life, people need their getaway. You know what I'm saying? So it's something different. You know what I'm saying? With these days, it's a day for you to do something different. Some people might not celebrate Christmas, but celebrate Valentine's Day. Some people might, you know, celebrate the Super Bowl, make hot wings and shit, barbecue and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's to each his own. You know, you pick and choose. Okay, hey, I want to feel good today. Since everybody else feeling good, man, fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and feel good today too. I mean, that's at least the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And hey, yeah, like I said, it's an individuality thing. Like I said, some of it is part brainwashing too. You know, you feel compelled to do some shit. You know, some people feel like, well, I got to do it because it's Christmas. I get it, like they pressure you into it. That's where the brainwashing and shit come in at. Like, you know, they try to force it upon you. Like, you got to do something. It's a must. You buy candy and flowers and shit. I ain't buying shit, motherfucker, unless I felt like it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all, man. I gotta bust a move and make this run, but you know that's my take on it.
You gotta go get some flowers and shit.
Shout out to Ewok, man. Don't be rude to my listeners, man. Don't come.
I know. I'm just fucking with. I'm just messing with Ewok, man.
Don't bring that
Ewok can talk crazy shit.
Game member behavior over here.
You know it.
Your Mama Jenkins, you're asking the same question that I was asking, but I did read the article, and the article is in the People's News Network. She said, "For
which
what?
Article?
Like to know who purposed this, who proposed this shit." Ewok is agreeing with me, saying deficit my ass. Now, Mama Jenkins did some research. She said the 2023-2024 budget proposal is $372 million. And there's a 19% decrease from the amended budget adopted for the current school year. She said the following changes are proposed for 23-24. So $372 million. I was wrong. I could have swore at one point MPS had $1 billion budget. I could have swore. I've seen that somewhere. I'm going to have to dig and see if I can find it. So they want $500 million, $600 million. Okay. Once again, MPS's enrollment is down. From what I've heard, from what I've seen, people are putting their kids everywhere now.
So maybe they're gonna start offering grants.
I don't know. For me, once again, you keep going to the well of burdening the taxpayers, and I don't see what you're bringing to the table. Here's the ultimate effect of if this referendum is passed, it could equal up to $438 extra on every property owner's property tax. $438. Property tax values have already shot up over the last few years. Once again, here come old gentrification coming down the street on his Harley, right? And these dudes are like, yeah, we doing a good job. My brothers, Ed Wood, I ask you, please explain to me. If somebody can tell me what's been done under this administration that's good for us, I would love to hear it. You could, and they said, well, they needed the tax increase passed because Milwaukee faced a fiscal collapse. Once again, that's if you really understand how the money flows in the city and all that. I've heard people say that that's not actually accurate. I've heard that there's money set aside for days like that. I just feel like you could at least stall the whole deal out until they took the whole thing about not doing CRT or any of that off the conditions for it. And then you come back with this, like, once again, we're still on the hook for the Fiserv Center. Right? We still paying, we finna get some more money to the Brewers for the stadium, and we paid an initial tax for them to build the stadium. Remember, we had the stadium tax. And I read an article that said that had continued years after it was supposed to quit silently. So I'm saying to these leaders, what are you doing besides introducing gentrification? And I'm talking to these two brothers specifically, the mayor and the county executive. Power to the people. Glad to see a man who looks like me sitting in those offices. But I don't see listen, the city's not safer. I heard you come with the kind of, the homicide's down. Yeah, but you got to understand it's down, but it's still more than what the record was, which we broke consistently year in and year out. You can say, well, we reorganized the Office of Violence Prevention. Well, it seemed like you discombobulated it, because what are they doing right now? They got a new name. They have a new direction. I haven't heard of, and once again, if you're out on the streets and you see them, this is not a knock on anybody, 414 Life, who goes out and puts their life on the line. But the grand idea of a program that's going to be super effective, right? Not overnight success, but you say, hey, that's a damn good program. What has come from it? What is Brother Ashanti doing over there? What do they got something popping? Sean, Ernest said, fuck Sean, GD. He said GD, right?
Dog got the banging on me.
Right. How do I insult Sean Moore? I say GD to him, right? Crazy.
What was that all
about? Mama Jenkins said, once again, the taxpayer will be paying. Absolutely. That's the result of it. The taxpayers are going to pay. And that's what I'm saying. We got a leadership, a set of leaders who just continuously say, let's just tax them. Let's just tax them. Somebody needs to remind them that the Black community in particular has a very low median income of a measly 29.5, right? On average. Somebody needs to remind them that 40% of us live below the poverty line. Somebody needs to remind them that most people who live in the city are income deprived, which means the majority of their incomes goes just on somewhere to sleep, somewhere to live. You have working poor in this city who work 2 jobs and are still poor. Somebody need to remind these brothers of this while they taking pictures talking about Faces of power look like faces of death, right? Or faces of gentrification, right? I come on, man. Listen, I don't got no problem personally with either one of them. And DC has been on my show plenty of times. I've known DC since he was a youngster, man. I was doing community organizing. DC was out here beating the block, walking the streets, youngster, doing all kinds of political activity in the community. But come on, man. Come on, man. Stop playing in poor people faces, right? You have billions of dollars of infrastructure invested in downtown. You so cold that you built the train in a circle. It only services them.
You done.
Right?
They don't ride it.
And then, they said, we're bringing the RNC here, and that's going to generate a lot of tax revenue. Is that why you all of a sudden want every tax raised so y'all can get more of that money? Listen, man, 5 minutes from your $300 million stadium is hillside, right? And right now, the housing authority in the city of Milwaukee is in a flux, right? People are protesting rat infestations, lack of repairs. People have paid their rent. The money's disappeared. They're trying to evict people. Willie Hines needs to step down right now. My point is, there's a need for affordable housing. You said, let's do it in Wauwatosa. Wait. Hike up the property tax so the people who actually own in the city leave, and then make affordable housing in Wauwatosa and Waukesha and Kenosha? What do that sound like to y'all? It sounds like gentrification. Anytime any one of them talk, that's all I hear in my ears. Gentrification, gentrify. And it's two smiling Negroes who are the ones who want to bring it in. Let me catch this phone. Dion, what it do, man? How you doing?
Oh, shit.
Hey, man, I'm just sitting back listening to what you saying about with that MPS. Like, I work for MPS, bro, and it's like, I be wondering, because I know we throw away a lot of food, you know what I'm saying? And I be wondering, like, you know, just think about my school and all the other schools that's throwing away a lot of food. That's a lot of money. Then we invested a lot of money in this fresh vegetables and fruit program, which is bullshit. But I'll tell you this, though, bro, what I see, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. But I don't know about you, but I'm going to be looking in the next couple of years about, you know, because Milwaukee look like it's being a poorly ran city. And basically, like you said, we gonna be on the line to pay their money. Because when I first moved in my home, my property tax is $1,700. Now my property tax is almost $3,000. And you talking about another $400, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna make my escrow go up. See, your house probably bought and paid for it. I'm still paying a mortgage on mine. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be mad when my mortgage go up. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about it is it's not my mortgage, it's my escrow with my property taxes. Because my mortgage, to be honest, is less than $600. But I got everything escrow, so you know how that works. But Milwaukee look like it's a poorly ran city. Like whoever the exec is, you know, David Crawley. And then, see, the thing about it, though, we're not currently under the current mayor's, whatever you want to call it. We're still under Barrett's rule. Poor mismanagement from Tom Barrett. So whatever Chevy gonna do, that shit gonna be down the road. You understand what I'm saying? We're still under the mismanagement of Tom Barrett. And so to keep on every time we turn it around, well, we're gonna, and then, you know, like the part with the sales tax, that didn't too much bother me because, like I said, I travel a lot. You know, I was just down in Tennessee sales tax like 9%. But then they don't get charged. I don't think they pay federal taxes or state. One of the two. A lot of them southern states don't pay. You understand what I'm saying? So I guess that breaks even with them. But as far as us, you know, it just looks like Milwaukee is a poorly ran corporation. And what it's going to do is going to push a lot of us out. And pretty soon Milwaukee is going to be like Gary and Detroit. But then also, like you mentioned earlier, it's about gentrification. I mean, you know, it's going to be gentrified. So it's going to allow the white people to move in and be able to take over the homes and things like that. And then I don't know where a lot of us going to be because, you know, like, shit, you know, I be hearing down in Texas and I never moved to Texas. But I know down south. But what I paid for my home, if I bought a house in either Alabama or Mississippi, I could be on damn near 12 to 13 acres of land. I remember, now this was a couple years back, they had 100 acres of land for $275,000. You understand what I'm saying? This was like 5 years ago, but still. So that's, and they had a house on it too. That's the killing part about it. They had a house on it and a man-made lake. So I don't know what's going on, you know, as far as with Milwaukee, but it's starting to leave a bad taste in my mouth. And you already know I love the meal. I love the meal, but I'm not going to keep on, you know, because, I mean, like, goddamn, we the working poor. You know, I got 2 jobs. I work at schools and I drive semi-trucks. And I still be, you know, now I do a lot of extravagant shit, you know, like taking vacations and, you know, I shopping, but, you know, still, you know, like, you know, I don't know, man, but it's being poorly ran. And then I'm going to let y'all go after this. And, like, as far as being romantic, I'm not romantic at all because I feel like women, once you start, you know, you give a little bit, then they feel like entitlement, you know, like, because I'm the type of person, I don't want my feet rubbed, I don't want my back rubbed, I don't want you touching me, because most of the time when women want, you know, they be like, well, rub my feet, baby, you tired too. So I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? When it's time for us to be intimate like adults, then we do what we do, you know, we don't get nasty or whatever, you know, but other than that, no, I stopped being romantic, you know, a few years ago because I felt like I was being taken advantage of, and the lady that I was dealing with at the time wasn't appreciative. And Kev, I heard that shit you said last week, like you must be single. Well, Kev, I was in a 13-year relationship. And you know, me and the young lady, you know, we just
hold on. Like you be trying to come for me like lately. What I say last week?
Because I was, you know, like listen, I'm like you said, I don't know what to call it, but I'm a guy that likes certain things in a woman. I want you to have, and you was like,
when you had this crazy, this wild list of all that, and if one of her toes ain't long as the other one, and if her shoulders don't swing in a 90-degree angle, and I was like, and you single, and are you single?
I'm dating.
What are you single? It ain't no. Is that your girl? Is that your people?
I would not say that, but we're very close.
You are single. Then you are single.
She lives over the border. No, that's why she lives over the. But you know, it's a lot of meat out here, though.
Right. Well, hold on. Don't steer clear the conversation because you accused the Negro Whisperer of some fuddy-duddy that he didn't do. Right. I said because of your demands, the result is that you're single, and you actually, and in fact, are to the point where your girl is over the border. Right, and it's easy, right? So you are single. Yeah. Just no. Let's not duck that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like to say too much. Yeah, I don't like to say too much because you never know who might be listening, and sometimes people use things back on me to be like, "Well, I heard you say that on Cam's show," and then all this stuff, and that's why you've been going over there and all that. But yeah, though, so you know, I don't know what we gonna do though, Kev. Right. So what you think about what's going on though? Would you think about reconsidering leaving Wisconsin or relocating somewhere else?
We're gonna talk about that.
All right, well, hey, son, love to all y'all.
Hold on, Dion. Hold on, Dion. Hold on, man. Since when was you worried about what the girls may say about what Dion doing, man? I thought this was my player, Mac Buddy, right there.
Because you know what? Well, the reason why is, you know, I mean, I still care about the young lady, and I don't want her feelings to be hurt. So I don't want, you know, somebody to be listening because she might be, you know, like
let me find out you simping. Let me find out you simping.
We start. Well, I'm listening. You know what I mean? I care about her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but we started listening to Outlaw Radio together. You know.
Oh, shout out to her. Okay.
What up, bro?
Hey, man.
Yeah, we started listening to this together.
Okay. And
go ahead, boy.
You know, I'm just agreeing with Kev, man. I'm like, man, it sounds funny,
what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
Son, don't come on here and disrespect the mob, bro.
No, my bad, man. I was trying to look up something.
Okay. I still ain't got the link to participate in your show yet. You know,
man, it's on my page.
Hold on. We got a question. Y'all let's pause. Let's all pause. Take a deep breath.
All right, what's up?
Let me. First of all, I want to catch my chat room. Right. Hold on. So, because I got a question too, and that's on Facebook from the troll Scott Epicet. Let me catch this up. So Stephanie Bowles, shout out to Stephanie Bowles. She said, did they send the pandemic money back? Did they send the housing crisis money back? Right. She said, where's the receipts from last year? I think the problem is right now ain't nobody producing no receipts. Mama Jenkins said, I feel I'm gonna call a spade, and they not doing nothing but putting us in the red. Absolutely, until the point where you can't, pressure bust pipes. So then they'll eventually be able to justify the systematic removal of us from this community by saying, well, they just can't afford to live there anymore. Like it's not our fault. Progress is progress. Manifest destiny. It'll be that kind of shit. He said, preach, Kev. Mama Jenkins said they calling for Hines to be fired. And he needs to be. He needs to step away from the microphone. It's in this shit show. The housing authority is a shit show right now. And it's no surprise to people who have been living under the housing authority. I worked in Hillside. My office was in Hillside. I didn't grow up in the projects, y'all, or government housing. I wasn't used to that. I had to adjust, right? And I seen how the people live day to day. And I watched HUD come in and make promises. I watched Section 8 make promises. I watched the city make promises, right? And so I know that, and I dealt with the citizens, the residents. So I know what they were dealing with. A lot of them were getting victimized by the leasing office, paperwork missing, all kinds of just dysfunctional components. Rats. I remember in the summer pulling up and a puppy-sized rat is laying dead on the sidewalk, and there's a mother in the door scared to bring her kid out because the little girl is terrified of the rat. Well, they said, well, the rats are coming up here because they're tearing down downtown, and that's making the construction is causing the rats to move, right? And so they had a rat infestation. I believe they have one at the new West Lawn development right now. If you live in any of these places, please call into my show and let me know. Let me know how your conditions is where you live. Stephanie Bowe said Hines in them nice ass Armani suits. Ain't that the status quo though? I'm Armani'd up off y'all po asses. Stephanie said a lot of stolen money on the bus company. They say 72 kids riding them school buses and only 5 on the bus. Right? They got MPS has a truancy problem. So I'm thinking maybe because they saying if we don't do this, and this is bad for me to say, they saying if we don't do this, this task, vote for this referendum, they're gonna have to cut programs and teachers and positions. And I'm like, well, none of the kids come to school anyways. Y'all don't need all the goddamn teachers anyway. Fucking 60% the truancy rate. ENC Jordan said David King. You know what? It's gonna be one of them Hillary versus Trump things for me. I'm just gonna end up writing Prince in or something, or Morris Day. Like I'm getting to the point where I can't honestly vote for neither one of these. Because they even made light of David King and Aisha Griffith saying, because she's running, Aisha Griffith is running for
everything.
She's running for both positions, right? Like they said David D. King is also a candidate, but they made it look like, well, these aren't people who are backed by major supporters. But here's the thing, though, because Chevy and DC, is that his name? I always call him Chevy. Is it Cavalier or Chevy?
Cavalier.
Cavalier.
Okay. Little buddy, little dude, right? They got them bank rolls from you know who, right? We know where that money came from, so they got enough money to blow anybody away. They part of this machine now. So it's no coincidence that it's like, hey, y'all go talk them into voting, get them to vote for you. So when we need some money and we know y'all on our side, we're gonna take care of y'all too on the back end. Come on, man. Where smoke is fire. I see you, Shabaka. He said, how you doing? How you doing, my brother David King? I mean, if you're listening, please chime in and let us know about the fugaziness. It's money after money, check after check. I even seen where now they shout out to Tierman Spencer. We just had Tierman Spencer on, and he talked about what was coming from Vice and the Journal Sentinel. And so their main case today that I was reading, some violations, alleged violations, was saying, well, the taxpayers are on the hook for this money. Well, the taxpayers are on the hook for all the shit. All the belligerent shit. Why are you saying someone is a brother involved? But they don't care no other time. Come on, man. It's ramrodding. It's ramrodding. I don't go watch the movie Ramrod. It's one of the craziest pimp movies you'll ever see. He said, oh, that's he speaking to Ian. Ian said my wife knew he was lying. LOL. He said she's a therapist. Shabaka's plugging his show. He said, please check out Grand Rising with Shabaka and this Friday, and Shay this Friday. It's 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Would have to be, I said 10 a.m. I mean, 10 a.m. I'm sorry. Let me see. Ian said they talking about Milwaukee politics. Oh, absolutely. David King talked about that mismanagement. Well, we just had my brother Michael Harper, who is running for the county comptroller, break down the whole schematics of money in the city or in the county and how it flows. Brilliant brother. Name's going to be on this ballot too. It's coming up pretty soon, next week, 20th. We got to vote in primaries. I'm telling y'all better, you got to say something, man. That at the point that it's going, it's going to be too late by the time you do wake up. Now, Scott inboxes me, and let me see. It's a long one. God damn, it's a long one. He says, what is your definition of gentrification? The textbook definition is higher demographic households taking over lower demographic neighborhoods. Problem is the city of Milwaukee has been losing higher demographic households for the past 2 decades. The last gentrified neighborhood in Milwaukee was Brewery Hill during Norquist's administration. Well, you know what? If we're talking about higher incomes or any of that kind of thing, it's systematic as to why the black community is uneven, right? Because the thing that fortified us was removed and never replaced. So it is about the higher demographic. I understand that, but that is your excuse to remove us and not provide the assistance that should be provided for people, right? So when we start talking about why or who's these higher demographic people going to be, they're going to be the same families, the people of the families who ran off as soon as one black person bought their home on a block in the 50s because white flight was real. And these Gen Xers don't want to live in the suburbs like their parents did. They like, how y'all run off and leave that shit? How you run off and leave housing right by the lake, right by the expressway, right by downtown? That's prime real estate. So what do? We get real systematic about it and say, okay, y'all want back in? Let's just raise taxes. Let's just increase the cost of them living there so they can't own, and then we can just come in and buy it. People might say, well, that's natural development. And I got pissed off. Somebody got murdered, and I was pissed, and I said I was I was a fan of gentrification. Remember that shit? I was so in my feelings. One of my homeboys got killed. I can't. It might have been Yayo. It might have been T-Rock. I was just, man. That was a tough 2 weeks, man. Like I just was like, dude, this don't make no sense. And I said, yeah, because I feel like I'll be able to survive it. Like, my wife and I we'll be able to still live where we want to live, but it's gonna affect my people. It's gonna destroy our community, and then put us out in places where we're subjugated and subjected to crazy treatment. Look at what's happened in Kenosha. Look at what's happened in Waukesha when it comes to us. Come on, man. The wild counties, they don't want us out there. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be out there. I like driving down Capitol Drive, even with the bump outs. I like flying down Silver Spring. This is my city. The North Side is where I was raised at. I don't want to see it gentrified. I want us to be able to hold on to a community. I grew up in one of the most affluent black neighborhoods in this city, the Rufus King neighborhood. Black homeowners, all black everything. That was Chocolate City. You fuck what nobody say. Don't let them tell you nothing different. I want that same quality to be maintained by us, but we need the ability to acquire income. Instead of you taking from us, add something. If you built several different facilities around the city where people can go and get jobs, I wouldn't have a problem with it. The fact of the matter is the money is becoming more and more exclusive to them. So if that don't answer your question, I don't give a shit. It don't matter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He likes to troll me anyways. I'm just saying. Gentrification is wrong if we ain't included in it. Gentrification itself is that's not the only issue. The issue is that financially and economically, we are excluded because of lack of opportunity. I don't care about the city and the county talking about, oh, racism and segregation and discrimination is a health hazard. Yeah, you say that shit, but then you pass an act where, well, we ain't gonna get no money can be spent on DUI. I mean DEI. I'm sorry, you shouldn't spend money on DUI. DEI, which I'm not a fan of.
Shit.
Right, I'm not a fan of DEI. Like, I'm not in love with DEI, especially for us as Black people. Why we got to sit through the shit? That should be a day off for us. But there's so many different ways. Why do you have a stick up your ass in the decriminalization of recreational marijuana? That is billions of dollars of tax revenue that you can then fuck off like you do all the money we getting right now. Instead of putting this shit on poor people's backs. Stop playing with me. That shit is unjust. It's unjust. Whatever just is wrong. Whatever one you want to fucking use. Sorry.
It's not just.
It's just injustice, it's unjust, it's outjust, it's up. Right. It's everything except just us.
Right.
Justice. Right. Earl Henny said, Black mayor jailed for embezzling money from the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I don't know that he's embezzled money, but he's sure not managing it in a fashion that's going to help us. He says, LOL, okay. You can laugh your ass off. It doesn't matter. You don't even live in Milwaukee. So what the fuck are you talking about, Scott? It didn't say in the community, speed on before you get peed on, right? Come on, man. And I know it's fun.
Damn, kid.
I'm just saying, man. I know white people sitting back laughing and they think it's a joke. That's what they get. Right? But you all have done a whole lot to create and perpetuate this system that we are affected by. You racist motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I have no other way to say it. And we know it's a lot of y'all. Because all I got to do is cross the bridge. All I got to do is go east or west to Brookfield or Tulsa and watch how they treat us. In a city where you talking about build affordable housing in Wauwatosa, they still got the race restrictions on ownership in they bylaws. And they say we don't enforce it. Get the fuck out of here. Look at the community and tell me it ain't still enforced. Come on, man. You're making me use swear words. Damn it. It's Outlaw Radio. Happy Valentines. Welcome to the show, man. $252 million. Stop it, man. And any Black politician that's in office right now that's thinking they helping us by increasing tax in any shape, form, or fashion is asinine. How are you taxing the poorest people? What happened when Shorewood and them found out they was part of that because they had some Milwaukee area codes? They was like, shit, we ain't yeah, y'all get drinking our water and shit. You kicking it with us? You like to come downtown, don't you? You like to see a Bucks game or Brewers game, but you don't want to pay that tax.
Motherfuckers like Summerfest.
Right, all that good shit, the zoo and shit. Hey, let's take a picture with the monkey, right? I'm just saying, y'all, your racism is showing. And then when I look at my brothers downtown, I'm starting to wonder. I hear a banjo playing in the background. I'm starting to hear a banjo. Can y'all hear the banjo? I'm starting to see y'all dancing a little bit. It's gonna be a full-fledged jig in a little bit. You downtown with your arm around the Fonzie statue, right? My brother on the golf course. My brother on the golf course in the summer, swinging the golf club with some smiling white people with a smile on his face, and overnight 6-7 people done been shot. What you smiling for? What you so happy about? You must know something we don't. I'm just saying. And any one of them can respond to me. They don't know who I am, so I don't care. Well, DC does. I know him. I don't know Chevy Cavalier, whatever his name is, little dude. I don't know him. Let me see. Jeff said the old KB came out. Oh, not really. Oh, no, not really. I'm not letting him out. He's on strict restrictions. Plenty of races. Well, the state is 86% white. Let nobody be disillusioned by that, and understand that 90% of the people of color in this state live in southeastern Wisconsin. So you head east, west, north, south. You're boxed in by bigotry. I'm gonna have to put that on a t-shirt. Boxed in by bigotry. Ooh wee.
Hey, Kev, I heard anytime MPS wanted to get more money, all they got to do is call for one of them referendums. Now, I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard, though.
That is the norm. Well, anybody who needs some money from taxpayers get a referendum. We need to find out who the referendum person is, so we can get an Outlaw Radio referendum. Goddamn it!
Hey, but when Scott Walker was in office, did he put a freeze on property tax?
No, nobody's ever put a freeze on property taxes in Milwaukee. And that wasn't his. Are you saying when he was the county executive?
No, when he was the governor.
No, he didn't. The governor doesn't have the authority to put property. Milwaukee City, hell, the city would collapse. Half the goddamn city run off the property tax levy. Ask them about it. That's how we got that fuck ass train. Because Bear said we can borrow against this property tax levy, and it's going to increase property value downtown, and tourism will increase, and it'll pay for itself. Who the fuck riding the train? Some homeless dudes.
Nobody.
Right.
That motherfuckers. My bad. That train slow as hell.
And didn't that train money from some type of, when I think Jim Doyle was in office or George Bush, one of them, that's the only thing that money could be used for. It was about transportation.
Right. It was money. It was money from the Department of Transportation that you could take advantage of if you had a project in regards to that. But it also could have been utilized for infrastructure. It wasn't just about transportation. It could have been put in a lot of places to improve infrastructure. In that regard, in their regards to travel. Hell, you can say let's repave the streets. That's infrastructure. It's just, and if I'm wrong about it, let me know. I don't get caught up in nuts and bolts about shit. I know how the shit works.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people say, "What happened to all that COVID money that they gave MPS?"
Well, what happened to it? That's a good question. We just found out from Miss Williams, my sister, that they were giving this brother Gerard Randall, who is instrumental in bringing the Republican National Convention here, what, $1.5 million a year for his own nonprofit, and he was the only employee of his nonprofit. They was giving him money forever. Now you want a $252 million. What was Miss Williams saying? What was it, $12 million or something like that was missing and unaccounted for? You're paying a superintendent $250,000 a year to run a failed school district where most of the people of color, our kids, are graduating with the literacy level of a kindergartner.
Yeah.
Where you think they're
going?
I
said, I work at the school. I work at the school in the kitchen, and I ain't gonna lie, man. A lot of those kids is real. You can see the learning disability in them. You know, you definitely can see it. I call them weed and perk babies because they that age when the drug. For real though, man. I ain't lying though. Like it make you want to hurt them though. For real, it makes you want to hurt them. We got one. He come and just try to, just put his fingers all on the lunch and shit. I be have to call the security on him. You know what I'm saying? I be like, man, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, you gotta go. Man, you gotta go to his IEP. You got to figure out who his teacher is and say, what does his IEP say should be done when he puts his finger in the macaroni and cheese? And then they'll come up with a behavioral plan. That's
that little motherfucker cry all day. He just fall out in the middle of the lunchroom and I'll be like, man, I can't stand that little nigga. I'll be like, what? I don't like kids anyway, but
you doing work in there, man.
Right.
It's a job. But I ain't gonna lie, I'll pay somebody to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to be fucking his mama and have to go over there. I'll be like, I can't.
He probably hated it too.
I thought you hung up, man. I thought you hung up.
No, I was listening to you because you was, you put some real good facts out there. And see, I'm gonna hang up in a minute though. I'm going down Highway D right now, so I might lose y'all. But anyway, see, that's one reason I know you're gonna chew me out for this. Like you part of the reason, but you know what? That's why I don't believe in the voting process. Because we can sit up there, get behind these candidates. We put these candidates in office. Now, we put them there. But when somebody come with that bag and give them a little power and they can get them a little luxury trips and ride around and, probably $5,000 to $10,000 in the bathroom and an envelope, and as long as they keep their mouth shut, you understand what I'm saying? And just turn the other cheek. I think Russell motherfuckers to get on there and say yay, and then you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers will tell you one thing, you know what I'm saying, for you to get out there to vote for them and to put them in office as soon as they get there, because they not listen, man. I don't care what nobody say. Once you start getting money, life is a little different from you.
So
now and then don't forget, Kev, they about to get themselves a pay increase. So now you making $80,000, and we just in Milwaukee. Over there in Chicago, them aldermen making $200, $100 and some $1,000, $175,000 to $200,000 a year, and they ain't even the mayor. That power corrupts you. And then when you have the white, like you said, when you have the white establishment pushing the envelope, they be like, turn your blind eye on this, vote against this. So they'll come out there and they'll tell us, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. As soon as it comes down to it, boom, there they go. And then we like, well, what happened? We sitting there like, they got our vote. They can't do nothing. They gonna be in there for 4 years, and in 4 years they could do a lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? So it's just bullshit. So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? The world is just fucked up. You know, I wish I wish it was a button where we could just push to blow this shit up.
You set the record for the longest outros ever, because he'd be like, I'm finna hang up, and then we talk another 10 minutes. Kev, I'm about to hop on this highway. And another thing, I'm like, all right,
no, but Kev, we be dialoguing. You know how we rap it.
It's all good. It's
the only time that men we get to sit around and dialogue. Like I said, man, we're gonna have to do something maybe every other month or once a month where we just all come face to face and sit down, because that first time we all met and sat down and talk, I enjoyed that shit, man, from the bottom of my heart. But you know what? I'm gonna push this red button and I'm gone.
All right, Dion.
All right, holla, Doc.
Dion is Dioning on a Wednesday night. Welcome to the show. It's Outlaw Radio. Nappy Valentine's Day. I hate Valentine's Day, but I did go and buy some candy and a card, because at the end of the day, I'm a simp too, just like the rest of y'all. So all you brothers who's in there looking just as dumb as me, like, let me see if the caption on this is cute, so she'll at least laugh. Vince says, the mayor and county executive raised our taxes, not just banjo, they dancing too. Earl Henning says they're set up for a pay raise. Vince Tony says having those two guys reelected is like reelecting Trump. Damn, is it that serious? Then said Sean should have the scoop. There's a recent picture with him, the mayor, and the county executive. Is he getting a cut too? Oh shit! Wait a minute. Hold on.
See. Hold on. Let me respond. I said I wasn't gonna be on no bullshit in 2024.
Right? You say that all the time.
And I said I wasn't, gonna be a part of no bullshit, which means I ain't accepting no bullshit.
Absolutely.
Right? Not from no motherfucker just in his 70s, just now becoming a gang member or none of that shit. Not from no fake activists or no fake leaders or
okay.
None of that shit. Hold on. Let me respond.
You're right.
Okay, this is coming from the same Negro, right? That went and bowed down to the Arab, shook his hand. Oh,
I believe the term is Arab. I believe it's Arab.
Well, whatever. He the same person did this shit. He the same person that thought that going down there talking about littering was gonna get this place shut down. Had the information to do it, but his ego and his pride interfered with what was best for the community. So listen, man, as far as what Vince is talking about, Vince can,
well, let's talk about the picture.
Vince, one of my elders. Yeah, I took a picture with him. I've been knowing Chevy before he was an alderman. I knew David Crawley when he was out on the streets with us. I didn't meet Vince during none of those times. Vince wasn't in no movement I was a part of, right? He wasn't out there with no Black Power shit in 2014, 15, 16, 17, none of that shit. He stayed his square ass on that block, cleaning up litter, talking to them people. He didn't do nothing of substance.
Can I ask you a question?
He didn't do. Let me finish.
No, let me ask you a question though. if you took the picture and there's actually a
Yeah,
picture,
I took
why
the
are you so
picture.
upset though? Why are you so upset about it?
Because the mob just insulted my integrity and my character, man.
Just by saying
by
there's a
missing
picture
some
of
money.
you?
Hold on, let me finish, please. Allow me to respond accordingly.
This is turning into Jerry Springer.
All right, this coming from, like I said, from this computer activist, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, man.
But he didn't personally insult you. He just said,
yes, he did when he mentioned money and my role in accepting some money.
Okay.
Can't nobody pay me. Can't nobody. Black, white, brown, purple, orange. I don't care, man. You can't give me no money to do anything I don't want to do.
I'm looking at
you can't buy me.
I see where he
you
said
can't sell me.
He getting a cut too. Okay, I see that. But hold on, Sean. Let me get my chat room because I get behind in the chat room. Hold on.
Mark.
Jeff Crape says, what train? Sorry, I'm not up on the developments there. It's a long story, Jeff. You'd have to, man, it would take a big chunk out of our time. Just like right now, we've lost some time due to black on black crime, which I don't believe in, but this is apparently part of our show. Ian says, read my article about Gerard Randall on newsundone.com. He said this caller is on the road. Well, that's just Dion. He's just Dioning on Wednesday night. This is what, like he said, we're dialoguing. He's a staunch supporter of the show. So we like to get Dion on. He brings some energy, some 414ism to it. Earl Henny said, Little Debbie snack cakes get you in every time. What is he talking about? Ben said the problem is that we don't put them in offices. Check their campaign finance report. He said there needs to be term limits. He said I was in the military. And Jeff Crape said he'll research that. So that's brings the chat room up to date. And so we got Ewok on the phone. Ewok, my bad. It's a lot going on. What's popping? You called back. What's going on?
No doubt. You know, after I had I don't know, shit, you probably read my shit already and shit before I left out of the house. I said, GD, I hope this man ain't acting like Tinky Winky because I said GD and shit. He talk about niggas want to be gangbangers, man. You know, man, it's all good, man. Nobody over here on no bullshit like that, man. Shit, I'm 50 years old, man.
Who?
Talk about Shy.
Oh, brother, I didn't know that, man. I was laughing and joking, man. I don't care about that, man. I'm 56.
I just went to go ahead and link, though. I thought I missed something though because I left out the door. You know?
See, don't do that, man. We ain't on that on Outlaw. My only beef tonight
I went and stole some headlights and shit, man. You know, I'm doing it the legal way and shit. I had some headlights.
Man, listen.
I went and got my $150. That's why I had to hit it.
Real shit, boss. I ain't on nothing with nobody except Vince Square Mark ass tonight.
Right.
All right, come on, Sean.
I'm just
hey, get that man, dude just insulted me, man.
I'm being like Ocho Cinco tonight when he was on with Shannon Shay. Yeah, and when I say did y'all see this? He's like, yeah, when I see the nigga, it's on too. And I don't even know what he's talking about. I was like, wow, Ocho Cinco, shut the fuck up.
Hey, Cam, Ocho was just man, I don't know. I didn't like what he was doing. I really didn't like that vibe he was giving up. Like he was just following and he didn't even know what was happening. I'm like, dude, you just following and not knowing what's going on.
Mike Epps said, Ocho, you can shut up too, nigga. You got beat up by a white boy. What you gonna do?
Listen, this comedy thing, once again, the comedy beef, right?
Hilarious.
It's taking on a whole other set of personalities. Cat Williams, that interview with Shannon Sharp, I think they said now it surpassed Joe Rogan for one of the highest viewed.
It broke the internet.
Yeah, and it's like, well, Cat wasn't saying anything that we didn't know or we hadn't heard. But it's just like it shows that now there's media has changed. It's morphed, right? Like it's changed into this whole new. That's why I keep saying it's important that we, as Black content creators, understand that we have an opportunity to develop our own media networks, and we need to take advantage of them. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, we spend on these networks is beefing with each other, insulting each other, disrespecting each other, arguing with each other, when we should be trying to build every time we get a chance to really kind of sit around and have a conversation. So,
And Kel, let me interject real quick, man, if you don't mind. Hey, it's this thing where everybody can see everything. You know what I'm saying? And even people that's older than us, motherfuckers like Shannon Sharp ain't had no business talking about he gonna pull up on some motherfucking Mike Epps. That sound like some teenager 23-year-old shit though. You know what I'm saying, man? Nobody wants to be disrespected. And it don't have no age limit. You know what I'm saying? Because of social media. Nobody wants to feel disrespected.
He called the man gay. He called the man gay. Well, here's the thing. I get what you're saying because I'm right with you. But number one, he said he was gay. Number two, he said he want to look at his balls. And number three, he said the dude had reached out to get him on the show, which he in fact did not. So it was a lie with a couple personal insults. And he basically said he looked like Medea. He accused him. Anytime a man comes on and says another man is gay, he should expect that man to see him.
Those fighting words, man.
Right. He should expect that man to be
on
to
everything.
see him.
Comedy does have a line. Comedy, you can't just say it's just a comedian. No, everything has a line. Right. You know, so Mike did cross that line, man.
He did. And so people can't necessarily say, well, Shannon Sharp's response was wrong. No, he responded like what you talking about, man? I'm gonna come see you and I want you to say that to my face. Go ahead, Kamar.
But he felt compelled to have to say it to all of us. He felt compelled to have to respond to all of us instead of just finding a dude and whooping his ass. If he would just thought even whooped his ass and shit, it probably would have still got on social media anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? How can you win? You know what I'm saying? You can't win because everything is for everybody to see and know. You know, he wore his heart on his sleeve, though, when he came back mad. At the same time, he had a right to be mad. So how can you win with this social media shit when people telling you should be the bigger man? Well, no, this motherfucker said this shit about me for everybody to see. I'm saying some shit back so everybody can see. So it's a lose-lose. It's fucked up.
Kamar, you was trying to jump in here. I want to make sure everybody's heard. Go ahead, my brother.
Hey, what if Shannon Sharp and Mike Epps was just setting up another big payday interview?
That's what's going to happen. That's what's gonna happen, Kamar.
I'm saying though, but what if that's the whole plan?
Well, it was Mike Epps' plan. Mike Epps wanted in ever since Cat did his thing.
Well,
you know what I mean? Mike responded though. Sharp show. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Sean. Go ahead, Kamar. I can't hear both of y'all at the same time.
I'm just saying. I personally feel like it's a whole setup. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just for us all to tune in for another big show.
Right, Kamar. You also said Chris Rock getting slapped was a skit too. Remember?
Yeah. And I still feel like that shit was fake.
I
feel like that shit was fake.
I heard Mike's response after Shannon said that, and Mike said that he was just joking. It was comedy, but he did feel some kind of way because shit, he wished Cat would have mentioned his name, bad or good, because he got a show coming up. He got a special coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He said what he said. His explanation was, you were trying to get Cat to say something foul about me, and he didn't.
Right.
And so that is why I said something to you. The fact is, it is comedy, but there's a line to comedy, and right now we're trying to find what the line is, because every time somebody get criticized for stepping over it, we say, hey man, what about freedom of speech? But then we'll come back and say, but it is a line. So Shannon, as a public figure, and Mike Epps is not the first person to insinuate that Shannon Sharp is gay, because people have said his former stylist, who by the way is named Hollywood, who is an outed gay man. He used to take him to every basketball game. He used to have him everywhere with him, all the sporting events. And I guess they've parted ways at this point. So I'm just saying maybe Shannon should have took it. But I would agree with Ewok in that I feel like Shannon could have just called him and said, Mike, what's happening, man? That's how you do? That's how you come at me? And then they could have came together. But where Kamar's point comes in at is, notice what Mike Epps said. You're coming to the NBA All-Star game. It's in my hometown. I'm going to be there. we're gonna see each other. So there will be a Club Shay Shay with Mike
They
Epps
may have a
at
sit
the
down.
NBA All-Star game. It's gonna be
Hey,
Club
look,
Shay Shay.
I did. And Mike Epps probably he like shit. I ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I mean? I could jump in on this too.
Why not? Everybody else is.
Cat Williams, listen, Cat Williams just opened the door for everybody who didn't say, hey, I'll wear that dress. He just opened the door for all these comedians to come in and try to get them a bag.
Well, what they need to do now is be funny. Because what I heard Monique.
Yeah, they definitely gotta be funny. But what I'm saying is he opened the door for it.
He opened it, he got comedy back to black comedy had kind of faded, but I need for them to be funny because Monique is not funny right now. Every time she just go on stage and say, yeah, I told Oprah to suck my dick. That's not funny. That's not comedy. Tell a joke. What the fuck are you talking about? Tell a joke. Like whatever. Let me catch my chat room. Marcel Williams, I see you. He said, universal love, my brother, for sure, Marcel. Always love with you. John Fletcher said, Kev, keep grinding. You know the formula to the game. One of my sponsors, who I neglected to mention, John Fletcher at EPU Personal Defense, EPUSDS.com. EPUSDS.com. I've been blasting it everywhere. Everything John does in terms of the EPU Personal Defense system, we've been rocking. So y'all support him if you want to learn personal defense, because some of y'all can't scrap, and I know it. Some of y'all talk a lot of shit and go somewhere and get your ass whooped out the frame. Earl Henning said, Indiana got that law that you can kill a nigger. Can we be more specific with the law? Can we be more specific with the law, Earl? Fletch says the people love drama over truth. You know, black people, we like the bullshit. You know, black people love the drama. Black people the one who start saying the T and all that shit. Because we like to talk shit. I mean, and a lot of it is just that shit talking. That's why we talk shit on the show here a lot. But I try to mix in some information with it. And I hope people receive that as well when we talk about the bullshit. But it's crazy the effect that Cat Williams, this whole thing has had, man. I never thought it would go this far. But you see people who are capitalizing. People get millions of views just by having clips of Cat Williams' interview. And I'm like, damn. That's the trickle down effect right there. Hell, look at somebody like Willie D, who was fortunate, and I love that Cat gave Willie D the following interview instead of going on The View or some shit like that. People say, who the hell is Willie D? Well, that brought over 1 million views to his channel, right? And since then, Willie D been on the roll, having everybody, everybody's controversial.
Right.
Will got it popping, man. So shout out to Willie D, man. And anybody else who's trying to content create and trying to spread news, like Sean. Let's talk about your Sip and Talk podcast for a minute. I'm gonna give you a second. You know, you eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and combing your beard and grooming yourself
and being disrespected by your guests.
That too, right? You've been doing a lot tonight. So let's talk about your podcast for a minute.
Well, tomorrow we got Ken Hughes coming back on to share with the people why they should vote for him. And we asked a question on the last show, which they gotta go on that show and listen to the question, and we're gonna pick a winner tomorrow night for a dinner at Greedy Guys.
Is this a question about the corner store?
Yep.
Was that Tom and Ken's?
No.
Okay. What
that is not the good try.
You said
good
corner
try,
store.
yeah, but you kind of cheating. You know what I mean? You would have been cheating if that was right.
How am I cheating?
Because people got to go and watch the show.
Are you talking about audio? I mean, you talking about Audi's? Because I'm thinking about that. There's Stables, and then there's Tom and Ken, and then there was Audi's record store. So I'm like, okay, what else was? What other store was over there?
So before it was Tom and Ken's, it was something else.
There you go. That's where you got me at, because I don't remember it before Tom and Ken's.
So,
but I do remember Tom and Ken.
Yeah. The person that, if there's more than one, we're gonna have Ken pick the person.
Okay.
On the show, and we will be doing a podcast there where anybody join us, we gonna pay for it. So that'll be coming up. Watch the show, listen to the show, share the show.
And shout out to Greedy Guys. Shout out to Brother Jen, because I'm supposed to get with him, and he told me to come get a burger and fries on him.
Yeah.
So we can get him on the show. So I don't know if y'all brought him on yet, but shout out to Jen.
Well, I called him last show. He was, on the phone. I don't want to bring him on. I want to go there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want to really sit down, talk to him while we eat, have the people ask questions, how did you open up, whatever, you know what I mean?
I just need to go get my free burger and fries. He said,
yeah, you need to, man. You need to.
Fall through there. I'll make sure you ain't there, though. Sean ain't gonna be there, is he? Okay, I'm on my way, cuz.
We got our website being built, some upgrades to the studio, backdrop, another camera, another mic, and we just gonna try to expand the content, man, and deliver some more truth. I'm still a little pissed off about your guests, man. Disrespect me, but
okay, I can understand that.
Just goes to show that haters gonna be haters, and we need haters in this world, right? Absolutely. I appreciate haters, and I apologize for getting off my square. Thank you for showing your true self, brother. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it, because I've been telling people this for the longest, and you proved it tonight that you aren't about working together. You aren't about building together. You aren't about growing together. It's about you, your ego, your pride.
But what if he was joking? What if he was joking?
Nah, you don't joke like that, man. You know what I mean? You don't joke like that. And more power to the brother. Get you some more pick'em sticks, and continue to pick up garbage.
Wow. Oh man.
And be at peace, because I'm gonna be at peace. I'm happy doing what I do right now, because I don't have to deal with that element that's gonna continue to cause problems instead of find solutions. So, I'm done, and I'm glad that I ain't got to deal with people like that no more. So,
okay.
And the podcast gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep growing, and keep building, man, and keep delivering. So,
and I got to talk to you after the show.
Yes, sir.
I gotta call you after the show, because I did have that meeting that we were talking about, and I got another one coming, so I got to talk to you about that.
Great.
I'm gonna holler at you about that after the show.
And we need to talk about the Capital Drive Collective. I spoke with Jen about it. As part of my role now, making these streets safer. I want to really change the look on Capital Drive, so that it's more community friendly. See if we can get a Greedy Guy somewhere on Capitol, put a plaza in front like they got down on Brady, which the streets gonna get narrower, speed gonna slow down, but we're gonna save some lives, and we're gonna beautify our community, man. So
shout out to the homie, man. Shout out to him. Yeah. I'm definitely going to get my burger and my fries, because I
tell me when you going, so I don't be up there.
That's what I said. I'm gonna ask him though. I ain't gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to him.
I'm gonna make sure I'm there.
Like, I'm outside. Is Sean in there? He'd be like, "No, Kev, I'm gonna come in there and get my burger and my fries." I'm gonna
yeah, and you gonna turn around. I'm gonna be at the door.
I'm gonna go out the back. Fuck it.
You gonna use the service entry?
Yeah, I'm out of here, man. I don't want Sean. I don't want to be nowhere around this dude. Vince said, "I've never called Sean out his name. There's nothing he can say about me that would make me become hostile. Besides, Mama Freeman said hotspot store owner paid Sean's rent too. I'm ex-military. We don't kiss ass. I like to be on Sean's podcast. We brothers. We should be able to agree to disagree." Hey,
listen, man, like I just said, right? I don't want no bullshit in my life, KB. Real talk. You know what I mean? This is 2024. It has a special place in my heart. It's been 40 years since my man's got killed. And me, along with some other brothers, we have made a pact and vowed to move this year differently, and every year following. So I ain't got no place for none of that, man. I don't want no parts of that. I don't need to apologize. I don't need none of that. I don't want no parts of it. Yeah, that chapter where I got to deal with certain people is closed, bro. It's done. If you not in the circle, if you not family, if if I'm not communicating, you know, and the good thing about talking sip, I get to choose the guests.
That you do. That's the advantage of having your own platform.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
and you dominate the microphone. I'm like, boy, I go in there. I will.
I'm waiting on my guy to get comfortable. He talking more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that invitation would not be in the mail.
Oh man. Well, he can come with me when I come on. I'll bring Vince. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Right? I don't want. I just thought about it. Like, no, you probably shouldn't do that. Like, do that. That would be bad.
I just want to avoid.
Nah, man, but not on the real. We too old for that. And the man was just joking around, man. See, as a public figure, hold on, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell Shannon Sharp. As a public figure, you can't be mad because somebody joking around. And
I'm not a public figure. I'm a father. I'm a father with 6 sons, right? That I hold that I hold to a certain standard. With a podcast, right?
And a community leader who's been on the news
and my character,
radio, and you done took a picture with the mayor, and you took a picture with the faces of power. That's like some wrestling shit, brother. You decided to side with the faces of power.
Yeah, and just like before I took that picture, you know, that ain't the first picture I took with them. That's the first picture. That's the first picture I took with them together. But Sean, I've taken pictures.
Are you
with
secretly the referendum dude who we need to see?
The man. If I'm writing the referendum, I'm coming up.
The man.
How about I got a new position? I bet you did.
Yeah, all right, new position.
Yeah, they done made him a civil engineer. He finna redesign the streets. That's why that was the meeting.
I'm not doing all that, you know what I mean? But I am gonna challenge those that make those decisions because they're life-changing decisions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, it's just a different form of violence.
Ewok says, I wish black people could put Milwaukee in a headlock. It's possible because black people actually have the money to do it. I say we spend the money to do it. There's a lot of things we could do, but I don't think any of it's going to start until we fix the internal issues that we have. We have some real severe internal issues because of systemic racism. And that is the poisoning of a lot of us. We're just poisoned by the way our communities are set up. It's very toxic, and it was set up on purpose. Like people always say the system is failing us. Well, we posed the argument on Outlaw Radio that it's not failing. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, which is victimize poor people of color. And even a person of color who's affluent will get victimized too in the wrong suburb at the wrong time. And in terms of, like, I heard Dion saying he kind of blames me and my, votership. I disagree. I think local politics is what we really have to invest in. But I also think we need to have leaders that we hold accountable and we're vocal with, that once they get downtown and they realize this shit ain't as easy as I thought it was, and I got to navigate relationships on top of just being for the people. You automatically get compromised when you step foot in there because everybody's on a committee. Everybody has some push and some pull here and there. So a lot of people go down there with these delusions of grandeur, and they get down there and realize, shit, I don't got no pull, no power. The only thing you really can do when you get down there is be true to your district and be accountable to your district, which that's where most of them start. That's what most of them start to ignore first. Your constituents, they don't give a shit when they get down there. You can't even get in touch with them because he's sitting in voting meetings and zoning meetings and committee meetings. And very little of that conversation is centered around, hey, I got this issue in my community. Can we get this done? there's absolutely positively no excuse for some companies or corporations to have come to the city of Milwaukee and set up shop, right? And people say, well, they don't want to come to these neighborhoods because the neighborhoods ain't safe. Well, you have a police force, right? You have paid security. Anything can be done. You're bringing the RNC to the city, right? So why you make excuses when it comes to something that would benefit us? And it's just a shame that we've allowed this. Don't get me wrong. We have to take responsibility as voters. We have allowed this because we refused to clean house. Kamar, remember in 2016, when we had all these challengers on here and none of them got elected except for DC. It was in 2017. None of them got elected except him, right? Everybody else lost, including my sister Lena. That's why I'm glad she a judge now. Right? No more locked doors. So I'm just saying, like, it's the voters, because the voter turnout is so low. The trick to this is if you hit the street right now and you say, hey, brother, you go into the hood and you say, hey, man, I'm running against the mayor and I got this campaign. This is what I want to do. You're going to meet a lot of people say, hell yeah, we rock with you. We'll sign your petition. They won't vote. They're not going to vote. Did you vote? Oh, shit, man. I had to work. I forgot. And I was out of town. I wasn't feeling good. I was into it with my baby mama. I'm sorry. I'm just telling the truth. I literally go to vote at the school by my house, and I go after work in the evening, and I get there, and I'm like number 50. There's thousands of people in this community. I'm a number 50. Did y'all reset the machine or something? No. You're the 50th voter. Like, and so that's on us. And we're not even aware of who's running. That's why I brought Michael Harper on. So you can put a face to when you see county comptroller, vote for him. That's another brother who's very intelligent, by the way. Go back and listen to that show. I'll repost it. He says, Earl Henning, you're right, Earl. He said, clean house, vote all of them out. Systematically, you can remove these individuals. Because what we get into now is for years, everybody here was jumping up and down saying we got this black majority common council. And I don't know if it's this alleged corruption loss investigation or what, but motherfuckers jumped ship, didn't they? It ain't that black thing. We had a black common council president. How much progress did we make with that? How much progress are we making with a black mayor and a black county executive right now? Well, we know goddamn well taxes done went up. What else has gotten better? Ask yourself as a person of color, what has gotten better in Milwaukee? I got to get a sound effect that sound like crickets. That's exactly what it is. And so when I seen this, I said, really? They saying we should reelect them because they got this. Fine, do the tax increase, but at least fight to get the conditions taken off. That's all. That's all we asked for. Vince says in District 1, they changed the polling sites again. Wow, doesn't surprise me. He said it's too many poverty pimps, grant chasers in this city. One thing I've learned too, I'm very careful about criticizing somebody's movement or their organization, right? I don't know everybody's heart, right? I'm not a soothsayer. I can't just see straight through you. I had a gift of discernment, but I'm not a psychic. Some people have positions and programs and missions and initiatives and ministries, and they are doing what they mean to do. And other people might say, well, he or she is a poverty pimp. You won't know until you look into that individual's financials, right? Mm-hmm. So we are quick to say that, oh man, fuck dude, he doing this or she's a poverty pimper. And sometimes it's true, but it's not always true, right? And so we got to be careful with that. Grant chasing is a business. Grant writing is a business, though, Vince.
Yeah.
Grant writing is a business. If you're a grant writer,
and they get paid good.
I feel like this, man. I think we should start thinking, how can we use those for our advantage?
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. We ain't got to worry about the people who getting grants and ain't doing shit. Let's just start focusing on us getting grants for the right reasons and doing
right something
shit.
With them. Shit.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a mindset. It's like I'm not gonna get wrapped up in complaining. I'm gonna get involved and in depth at performing and providing.
Hey, look,
Right?
hey, dig this. Like Vince can get some grants for cleaning the city up. He
He
could
could
create something and get some grants for cleaning the city up. You
if he
know
got
what
a
I
good
mean?
grant writer. Yeah, he could. You're right.
I mean, like, cause see, that's a lane that he's passionate in. You dig what I'm saying? So, like, we could create something for it. Like, I ain't being funny.
No,
Right.
I'm laughing because you said that, but Sean said he need to go and wear somewhere and get him some more pick'em sticks and clean up the trash. So I'm laughing just because
Hey,
in my mind,
but you see, but that's real talk, though.
hey, he agrees. Yes, he said Kamar that part. Boom.
That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's just start taking all this stuff that we getting upset about, man, that they doing this shit. Let's figure out how to do this shit and do it the right way.
Yes,
we won't
sir.
even need to order people. We doing this shit ourselves. We getting funding our damn self.
And that's how you make them do their jobs, by showing them, you know what, we gonna do it ourselves. We'll get rid of your ass and we'll put somebody else in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Chevy is one person. David Crawley is one person. Your alderman is one person. Those supervisors, they just one person, man.
Not only that, but I feel like the community will get behind somebody who they see doing shit.
Yeah, man, they will.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, they doing shit. You know what I mean? It's people that's with them with these different movements.
You know, people got to understand, though, the onus is on them. You know what I mean? All this complaining and, oh, well, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. Okay, cool.
Man, let's get this money.
But if you not gonna vote your heart, if you not gonna vote to try to make change, you really can't complain about nothing.
I say it all the time.
Man,
I say it
nothing. Let's get this money.
You know what I
Tiarsha
mean?
says, good evening, Kevin, Kamar, Sean, and the Outlaw Radio family.
Hey,
how you doing, my sister? How you doing, Tiarsha? Tiarsha has her hoodie, just in case anybody wondering.
What?
Jenkins got a hoodie coming. Jeff got 2 hoodies coming. I'm gonna get Tiarsha a t-shirt for the delay. So if you want the apparel,
you get that next year.
You will get it next year, right? See, we was talking about black people being haters. Voila, right?
Bro, that's not no hater. I'm just your history with Tiarsha is like, you know.
Okay. Well, your history of taking photographs with people is that's why you got at your ass. Now, since you don't talk shit. He said pool of resources. I think so. Pooling the resources is a little bit far away from what I'm thinking. I really believe in the power of collaboration.
Group economics, damn it.
Well, I think we got to understand collaboration before we even get involved in any kind of money mixing or any kind of kumbaya moments. I think we have to understand the power of collaboration. Hey, I have this. I do this. You do that. You do that. Let's work together to provide for the people. We'll worry about the details on our personal beliefs and our mission statements later. The fact of the matter is I can provide for mine utilizing something that you offer. So I'm going to make that connection. When that starts to go well, then you'll see more morphing of and melding of organizations and say, hey, we might as well get together because we're all like connected anyways. Now let's look out for each other's best interests. And I think we don't even understand the power of collaboration in our community. I mean, I've reached out to people, and this ain't even just for like grassroots organizing. And professionally in social services, I've reached out and tried to take an organization over here and went over here and say, hey, let's make this happen through collaboration. And it was miles and miles of red tape and politics and policy, and it's crazy when you do it. People have to remember, I actually do this professionally. So I hear people talk about grants. I understand grants. I work for so many grant funded initiatives. It's mind blowing. When it comes to public education, I taught for MPS. I understand taxpayers paying your salary. I understand parents' expectation of me in the classroom with their children. I was expected to teach them, which is what I did. Earl Henning says, look like all the taxes they do in need to sign up for some grants down at City Hall. As some people hate grants, I think grants can be a good thing if utilized properly. I think it's bad when people exploit them. When you say,
it's about us creating organizations and doing the right things with these organizations. You know what I mean? It's just that a lot of people get the grants and they wind up going into their own bank accounts and shit. You know what I mean? And they give it a bad name.
Tiasha said it's been close to 2 years for the sweatshirt. That's not accurate. It's been almost a year. It wasn't 2 years. I 2 years ago we didn't even have this equipment, so that's impossible. It was a year. It was a faux pas on my part. What can I say? That's why you must not want the T-shirt since you're going to agree with Sean. You sound like you don't want the T-shirt. Everybody else got theirs, and this one just been sitting in the studio, and it's just like, man, it's a bad look on my part, but what can you do? I mean, you did eventually get it, right? But it's not like she was calling me saying, hey, I paid for it, because MC Tone was kind enough to get it for her, and she, I got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, good one.
Good one. Just like
that's how you end that argument.
I got a lot of shit going on,
right?
Man. I forget shit sometimes. I'm old, man. I'm like John Belushi and the Blues Brothers.
Old works all the time.
I bumped my head, it rained, it was a tornado. Oh man. He said facts. That's what we need, but we need to know what it looks like among us. I think facts, that's what we need, but the need to know, I think you got to restructure that for me, John. I can't really get that one. Fletch, we got to get a day for you to come on. Earl Henning said this city has tons of kids with nowhere to live, tons of people. We got a homeless problem. That's why I'm looking at these $1 billion.
And there's something to get funding for.
Well, that's why I'm looking at these $1 billion packages that our government is giving to Ukraine and Israel and all these places. And I'm saying, what about us? Inflation is out of control. Listen, man, I'm no Republican. I'm no Republican at all. I'm neither, not a Democrat or a Republican. We are universally known as the party poopers. We poop on both parties because of the egregious treatment of people of color. But I will say this. I cannot in sincerity vote for Biden again. Bruh, what you doing? Come on, Biden.
He's tired, man. He's tired.
I believe he's tired. I do believe that. I mean, when you are 680 million years old, you tend to need a nap from time to time. But your administration has broken promises, right? You have not only have you broken promises, the country actually economically, to me, has gotten worse. One thing people lauded Trump for is for the state of the economy, which I felt like he had inherited from Obama. So he was
and I gotta say this,
the mule on that one. Go ahead.
I believe that Biden has also inherited some of Trump's mistakes in office.
There you go.
I'm not a Biden fan. I'm with you, man. Y'all, came through with some very well-developed lies, right? And y'all ain't stood on your word. So I can't trust you, but I can't trust Trump. If Daffy Duck was on the ballot, I would vote for Daffy Duck. But yeah, it's like, what devil do you vote for?
And that's how a lot of people of color see it, is like they feel like we're always voting for the lesser of two evils, and so they don't vote. But there's a lot of other positions. It's not just one ballot. Like when you go vote, see, this is where we lose it.
Yeah. I'm talking about just for
when
that.
You don't go, you miss out voting for a lot of people who should be.
A lot of people.
Remember,
you say, "Well, I don't vote." Well, you hurting your community as well as your country.
Remember, I was saying that same thing. I said, "Man, I just can't vote for either person that I feel like could slap me in my face."
I think you got to do your research. You got to do your research.
But I get what you're saying. There's other shit on the ballot to vote for. It just won't be that one. I'm not gonna choose. I'm not gonna pick you or Sean to slap me.
Well, I ain't gonna slap you.
Pretty bad.
I know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna pick. either one of y'all try it, you know what I mean, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
John is Fletch has kind of calibrated his statement. It says, "My bad, brother. We as a people need to know what collaboration looks like amongst us so we can execute the plan." Well, that's why I said the need to invest in collaborations. That's how you get to know how it works when you actually go out and do it. I mean, you can look at it like even with this, I say the black media that we have in Milwaukee. We could, if we were fully in tune with collaboration, imagine how powerful this could be.
Yeah.
Because you have a bunch of people with platforms. And if they connected, because each one of us possesses a different kind of tool belt, right? We all have different things that we can do that we're well versed at. And instead of trying to be the Swiss Army knife, it's okay for you to say, "Hey, I'm gonna go get this brother over here to come in and pop this for me." But a lot of times, what happens is one person will say, "Well, I get invited everywhere because I'm the shit, and I ain't inviting nobody else to my shit." You see what I'm saying? Like, so that person becomes, "Oh, he's the oracle." And instead of just saying, "Hey, man, we all working together to get this information out to people and just really change the narrative that's been put out, especially about us as black men." Vince said he agrees with John Fletcher's statement. Jeff Crape in Texas from Milwaukee says not voting is the worst thing. Local offices are the most important. Just research who elects the president. Vote locally. I got blamed. People blamed me, because I didn't vote when Trump and Hillary ran. And I should have shouldered some accountability for the other people that, like I said, by me not going, I didn't vote for other people who should have gotten my vote. And at that point, I said, I won't, intellectually, I don't ever want to be put in that place again. So when it comes down to who I vote for president, I'm going to do a deep dive in terms of research for each candidate. And I'm going to try to find something that is in it for us that could benefit our community. And if I don't identify that for a candidate, I will still go and vote, but I will write in my candidate for president. I won't I'm gonna make sure I take care of local stuff. That's my thing. National, I can't really commit to, because of, like he said, the electoral college and all this kind of stuff that comes into play when it's like how we actually, pick a president. But I want to put my foot on local politics. I want to put my foot on the neck of local politics. I want to make sure I'm aware of who's running and what the offices are. And so when, like I said, when something goes wrong, I know who to blame and I know who to go after. And I would encourage everybody else to do that as well. So, that's that with voting in politics. But I want to say rest in peace. We lost, and a lot of people aren't aware of this. We lost somebody who was very pivotal in the creation of hip hop. If you know about hip hop, first of all, I researched black music to its nth degree, right? Because our contribution to popular music and culture and art in this country is ridiculous, right? So one of the first credited MCs, and I'm speaking from a hip hop perspective, was a brother from New York, Harlem, New York, by the name of Eddie Chiba. Okay. And he passed away over the weekend. And I believe he's in his 60s or 70s, late 60s or mid 60s. But here's the thing about this, why I'm giving him a salute, because once again, if you know the history, there's DJ Hollywood and there's Eddie Chiba. And these are the two prominent people in New York during the disco era who would entertain the crowd by having a break beat or an instrumental playing, and they rapped over it. They weren't complicated, super layered, now what you expect, but it was rap. I'm this, I'm that. I'm here, I'm there. I got this, I got that. Your lady like me. Woo, woo, woo. That morphs into the MC. So if you look at Eddie Chiba and you look at DJ Hollywood, and you look at all of those pioneers from New York, and this is also why New York has a tremendous chip on their shoulder, because they can take credit for a very long time of being the only city who even had this culture and who even understood it. By the time it got to us, it was normal for them. It was like, we've been doing this, what y'all talking about. So that's why you get the New York bias, and that's why New York people had these tremendous chips on their shoulder. But rest in peace to Eddie Chiba, man. A lot of forefathers who were like around then came out and talked about the fact, because he never really he had a record. I think he may have been able to put out some records, but people got to understand too, for a long time, hip hop wasn't a art form that where they made records. The whole record making part of it doesn't come until the 80s, early 80s, and then the mid 80s is when it blew up. But for a long time, rappers were just rappers who went to parties and you made mixtapes and stuff like that. They weren't signing to major labels. So he basically didn't get the money, didn't get the recognition. He got the respect in New York, but that's why they say rappers need a union right now, and there needs to be something formulated to protect the older pioneers who now are suffering. Like, you know, they got health ailments, and you know, they're old, they can't perform because of their health. There should be some funds. I know that they came up with who was it? Drake and somebody else, or Nas? It was Nas and somebody. Was it Drake?
I know Swiss Beats was talking about it too.
Well, Nas he's with an organization that's given to the pioneers, because they said he just gave Scarface $250,000, and he gave Rakim $250,000, something like that, whatever the figure is. But that we got to get that. We should be able to do that, because them dudes, man, you got to think about how many cats who had records back on the radio, back in the days on the radio, that we was dancing to, and they was getting jerked by the label, right? And wasn't getting shit, living poor, but we was loving the records, man. And so, you know, we got to give it up to them. Ewok said Trump should be an automatic no. On many levels, there's no thinking to do. For me, it is. No, Ewok, you right. Let me clarify that. Ain't no way in hell I'm voting for Trump. No way. No. Let me thank you, Ewok. Thank you. No way in hell I'm voting for Trump. No way in hell at all. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. So it's got to be somebody. No. They say it's a hard no for me with Trump. And I don't even understand why he gets the benefit of the doubt. This dude is a criminal, man. This dude is. The man had white people crawling up the Capitol building walls like cockroaches, and he ain't shied away from it at all.
Right.
And y'all want to let him run again? He's been convicted. He's been charged. His corruption has been proven. But y'all want to vote for him, and black people are buying into that. Shit, Biden fucking up the economy. I'm just gonna vote for Trump. What? This makes sense on no planet. Like, this is crazy, man. I see a repeat, and even worse if he gets reelected. White people, you think white people showed their ass last time? Oh, they gonna act a goddamn fool this time. Like, this shit is about to get crazy. So no, fuck him. I'm not voting for him. No, sorry. Excuse my language. John Fletcher says, word, people built hip hop on other people's style, aka biting moves, 80s term. Yeah, man, but it was, you know, everybody wanted in. Anywhere you've heard hip hop where it hasn't been before, people wanted in. And they created their own version of it. Each region created their own rappers and artists, because everybody wanted in on the vibe. So, you know, it's unfortunate that a brother who was that clever back in the days and could entertain people that much wasn't involved. And I think if we had a lot of those pioneers involved with the culture on an executive level, or like, you know, just behind the scenes, it wouldn't be deteriorated like it is now. Our booty hole is brown and all this kind of shit, right? Like, I don't.
What?
That's sexy red.
Oh,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't. She didn't win a Grammy. I don't think.
Hell no.
And I don't care about the Grammys, but to see Killer Mike, who's now also speaking on the fact of what really happened backstage while he was arrested after sweeping the Grammys, album of the year, song of the year, performance of the year. That is a statement for me that real hip hop and real rap is still credible. Because I just knew that it was gonna be some auto-tune bullshit that was, and that's why I don't pay attention, because it's popular music. But you know, I look at it and I say, if we control what we did more, we wouldn't lose it. We're always coming up with some shit, but we always giving it away. We always letting it go, and other people benefit from it. So, man, I'm hoping things can change. But yeah, rest in peace to that brother, man. And somebody was like, I seen Cuckoo Cal on a podcast in I think he was in Vegas. And
he was in Vegas.
Did he feel like he gets enough credit, or Milwaukee got enough credit? And I was like, well, Does Milwaukee deserve credit for? I mean, we Cuckoo and Drew and Speech. And Drew never sold massive records. He was never a main, like he didn't never sign a major deal. Cuckoo did, Speech did. But should we? I don't know. How do we look at? Do we have a place?
They got some young people, man, that you're gonna be hearing of, I believe. I met this one brother, they call him Party, young singer, man. Dude he nice, man. He nice. My son just did a song with Cuckoo that they about to release it. You got some young people around here, man, that's, you know, not with the rah-rah stupid stuff. That's, I think they may be up next. Shit.
Hopefully. You know,
I don't think it's too many. Kev, I get what you're saying with the question. I don't think it's too many people who really did anything nationally to get too much credit.
That's my point. Yeah, like you got two artists.
I ain't saying that it ain't no lot of dope talent in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? It is that, but only people in Milwaukee would know it. So
Right.
only people in Milwaukee can give it credit.
And you think about the fact that
and I ain't knocking it either.
Compton is smaller than Milwaukee.
Really,
Flint, Michigan. You're talking about Oakland, which is comparable to Vallejo. Smaller towns have 6, 7, 8, 9 platinum rappers or rappers who've sold millions.
But we know why, KB.
Milwaukee's the same size, and we don't have nearly.
But we know why, and we had an example of the attitude tonight with your guest, right? We don't push, we pull. You know what I mean? We don't support, we discourage.
Kid, right? You can't start checking your guests, man.
You know
why do I
don't know, man. Cause man, Sean just said something about your guests, like your guest is out of line, man. You gotta start checking.
Does that. Sean does that though.
Indicative of the issue of the bigger issue, man. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of talent. You know what I mean? We had talent right around the corner from you. Azure Rowe stayed right on Capitol.
But he was a major artist though. He won a Grammy. Like he's not. I'm talking about hip hop. So listen,
I understand that.
I see Tiasha. She said T.A. Wiz before his life was taken with his father. I've heard a lot of people. I've actually been to T.A. Day with my shout out to Bose. I've gone to T.A. Day before it was a real live event. And she said Eric Benet is not hip hop. He's not a rapper. He's a singer, and he's only marginally successful.
He just talking about strictly hip hop.
Yeah, I'm talking about because there's been a million we know there's been a million rappers from Milwaukee, but nationally, like Kamar said, like this is, we haven't had anybody. I'm saying like this: we don't have anybody that I would put in my top 10 MCs of all time. And I love Cuckoo and I love Drew. I don't think either one of them would fit in my top 10. I would think Powder would be in my top 10 albums of all time. My top 10 favorite albums of all time. And my projects will be in one of my top 10 songs because it reps Milwaukee. But the whole body of work is not there to say this is one of my top 5, top 10. It's just me. It's just my opinion of it. So some people say you crazy. Cuckoo should be number 1. Should he?
Should be number 1 what?
On your top 10 list. We all have our top greatest dead or alive. We go through this. It's something you earn the right to do if you are really into the culture. You talk about who's your top 5, your top 10, top 20, whatever. I'm just being honest and saying neither one of those brothers are in my top 10 all time. When I think about rap, I think about hip hop. I love their music. I still listen to Powder to this day. Like it's still one of the best albums I've ever heard. But when we start talking top 10, we talking Tupac, we talking Scarface. We go into some dudes who we talking Rakim and KRS dudes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like I'm not, So Jeff Crapes, he says I have Ice Moan as my top from Milwaukee. There you go. And Ice Moan had a national. Shorty Thick was a national hit, wasn't it?
Well, let's not forget about a G to a Key.
G Money from the hood.
You know what I mean?
From the hood. Jeff,
right out the hood.
Yeah.
They went hard for Rap a Lot.
Yeah.
but I don't think they even went gold though.
But well, we ain't talking. Well, were we talking about sales, or we
I'm
just
talking about the breakthrough. I'm talking
because
about
we was just talking about, you know what I mean? Because I thought we were just talking about artists from Milwaukee not really getting too much love.
right. Well,
And I think
to get that love, you got to have artists who have broken through, Kamar. Like they
but
have.
you also need the marketing behind those artists. And you know, a G to a key, bro,
Yeah.
that album was nice. You know what I
Well,
mean?
rap a lot didn't really market their
Yeah,
art.
they didn't market that.
At
They didn't
all.
market that like Tila was marketed with them brothers. You know what I
They
mean?
didn't market Tila. That's
No,
why
No,
he
I'm
went
not.
down the
I
drain.
know they didn't market Tila. I'm talking about them brothers. Them other brothers.
Suave House.
Swab House. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They didn't put that forth, that type of effort forth. You know what I mean? You
back
got
then
Crime Boss,
you had to
Mr.
just
Mike
be
them.
hard, man.
But
You know,
hold on. Y'all do realize. So now we start talking about marketing and money and promotions. Y'all realize Top Authority and the Dayton family sold more than a G2 a key without same scenario, without the marketing, without the
yeah,
promotion, without.
but they had the support of their city too, though.
And gang banging.
You know what I mean? It you know we
That
don't
was
we
niggas
don't have
anthem.
that, bro. That's what we
That
need to
was folk
change.
niggas anthem.
You know what I mean? That's where that collaborating comes in at. Setting egos and pride aside and looking at the bigger picture. How do we get more exposure to the greatness of Milwaukee? It don't come with division. It don't come with pulling. It come with pushing.
Universal question on how to break an artist, like from Milwaukee. First of all, when you say Milwaukee in other places and they say it's black people in Milwaukee, that's the first problem. Like, and it still happens to this day. Now I've gone in other cities and I said I was from Milwaukee and they said, man, I heard Milwaukee was crazy as shit. And I say, yeah, it can get pretty wild depending on where you at. But we don't have, and we get dissed. Like I said, but I kind of stopped supporting. I can't even really watch the Gangster Chronicles no more after I heard 8 really just dissing us. Like, and Tupac got ran out. It was all Chicago dudes and Milwaukee dudes. I said, damn, 8, that's how you know how many records you done sold in Milwaukee for you to say some shit like that. So, I mean, you know, I was lukewarm on Mike Epps for him dissing Milwaukee. The shit he said about Shannon was funny though. That shit. See, that was jokes. Somebody needs to tell Monique, say a joke. Okay, you proved your point. Netflix was wrong. Steve Harvey done you wrong. Tyler Perry done you wrong. What's the other dude name? Daniels. He done you wrong. All these dudes done you wrong. You're right. You've just been given the catbird seat. Tell some jokes. I just okay. Tell them, baby, sweet baby, and all that's just not funny to me. I'm like, dude, that sounds like some. I don't, you know, I'm not gonna say it because it's not a good look for us. It sounds very. It's not intelligent comedy. I guess that's my problem. Like I'd like to hear in social commentary. I like for cats to talk real situations. I don't want to hear you telling Oprah to suck you off every show. Like that's not a joke. That's not a joke. If you had a story like how Chappelle had Oprah pregnant on the Chappelle show, remember when he quit his job and he was like, yeah, and that was funny. Remember Dave Chappelle said he got she called and said, Dave, I'm pregnant. He was like, yes. And then he changed his life. That shit was funny. Let me see. Who is this? This is oh man, Jeff is talking about Jay Prince not pushing. Well, none of his artists except for really Scarface and the Ghetto Boys really got major promo.
Right.
You know, that's just but Rap a Lot still sold a lot of records. A G2 a Key was just one of the groups that didn't sell a lot. And I'm not dissing them. I'm just being honest. G Money can still look, I know where G Money. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to Winfrey Ware. Shout out to Andre Winfrey. I put it to you like that. I've been around 88 here, 88 Keys in the studio, making 88 was raw with the beats.
Yeah.
G Money will spit hot fire, like the boy said. But where's it at? Where's it going? Dion, man, you call back. What's popping, man?
Hey, you ain't seen that picture floating around the internet with Dave Chappelle in that dress, did you?
I seen it on the Howard Stern show. I seen it when it was first exposed.
Yeah. So Dave he owe us answers.
Well,
he owe us.
He's
on the real, but you know what? Though, check it out. I'm about to make this real. Yeah, I know he don't. I'm just talking shit. You know, he talked about made it seem like he don't wear no dress and all that. Right. But listen, I just heard you talking about Cat Williams. So me and my lady friend, we was gonna go to Cincinnati, Ohio to see Cat Williams. Now you know me, I be trying to hold off on things. I was just because when I first looked at the tickets, now the show was in April 27th on a Saturday. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to Cincinnati. But I ain't never been to Cincinnati, Ohio. You already know I represent Murder Mill when I go down there. But anyway, though. So I just looked on all the tickets. This man is not selling in Indianapolis. Arena sold out. And then the tickets are real expensive. So I might go see him in what you call that, Grand Rapids, Michigan, May 11th. But I've been to Grand Rapids, Michigan before. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to go somewhere different. But that little situation where he did that little, because a couple weeks ago before he did that little, what's the name? When I looked at some tickets for Cincinnati, it was still plenty of tickets left. Now it ain't no tickets left. She don't want to sit. You know, I'm like, she don't want to sit up in the stands. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just getting away. We both, you know, we going to a different city. You know, we going to hang out. You know, we're just a little cutesy. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I don't want to, you know, wasting no money on the tickets. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I damn it just be like, well, fuck it. I could go with another. You know, I find somebody else. You feel me, though? But
it ain't like she gonna know.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? She across the border,
I'm
bro.
Watching you on YouTube. I'm watching you on YouTube, but you should see your facial expression. Yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't even finished watching that Monique with. I'm like, you Kev, all that honey, child, and baby, this. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's pandering. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm definitely with you. Though. And hey, what Baby Drew said? Funky like sweat on a skunk nuts on her feet. Hey, yeah, I'm fucking with Drew though. I ain't gonna lie to him, man, cuckoo though. But you know, man, we ain't got the notoriety like we should, man. It be, you know, what's that little boy name? David Lattimore, Kenny Lattimore, whatever the Lattimore, Jacob Lattimore to be on the shot. Yeah. He was like, he from Milwaukee, but we don't be getting the notoriety like we should.
He represents. He does.
Yeah, but you know, most of them states, they got a lot of notoriety.
Yeah, like vitality.
So you got some vitality.
You know, I know Jacob Lattimore like vitality. I know that. Okay. I got a video to pull up.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, you did take a shot. Yeah. But most of them states is known. I mean, cities is known stuff though. They got a lot of violent stuff going on too. Like you said with the Dayton family and Top Authority, like I still be bumping that. I'm a mother. Hey, on the real though, but like you know, so Milwaukee we just ain't getting our just dues, man. We ain't getting our just dues. We undervalued and underappreciated here, and it's showing with the legislative people that we got in office. Like they're like, we don't give a fuck about them niggas in Milwaukee. They ain't doing it. They ain't making no hit records and shit. They ain't put us out here. You know. Then the white boy did the Kia Boys, so I guess you know we known for stolen cars. So I don't know, man. Pimpin' Ken them had, you know, they need to bring Pimpin' back, man. You know what I'm saying? They need to bring Pimpin' back.
I seen Pimpin' Ken. I seen Pimpin' Ken on the podcast, and he was denouncing Pimps Up, Hoes Down, and all of those little movies he was doing. He denounced him because he said because of that influence, a lot of young brothers ended up going to jail because they seen that and they tried to become pimps. And then he said, and then they doubled up on us because they started hitting them with the sex trafficking. So he was like, I denounced Pimps Up, Hoes Down, and Hookers at the Point, and all that stuff he was on back in the days. He denounced it all. And when he was actually on here some years back, and he was saying he's no longer Pimpin' Ken, he was Professor Ken. And he was saying at that point, like, I'm Professor Ken now. I don't, you know, that's a long time ago. And yeah, I once was that, but I'm not that anymore. So he's denounced that. He said he's not, that ain't cool.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, Outlaw Radio gonna put us on the map, though. It's gonna put us on the map. You know, that's what we gonna be known for. I mean, what you laughing? I mean, it could happen though. You know what I'm saying? All they gotta do is hit the right ears, like you say. Share the show.
Anything
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't want to wear that jacket. I don't want to wear that jacket. I don't want that.
Oh, okay. You don't want to wear that.
No, I mean, it's
then,
cool. It's cool for the show people to hear the show, but I don't want to say I'm putting Milwaukee on the map. That's a tremendous load, and I don't. If I had a group of people who I was associated with that were all on the same mind and we were all moving like a well-oiled machine, then I would say, okay, we can get some notoriety for Milwaukee through this. But for one person to say I'm gonna do it, for me that would be counterproductive. So I wouldn't want to, if people love the show, that's fine. Anything could happen. You never know.
Anything can happen.
And God is good, so you never know.
Yeah, if you see they be sharing it all down in Arizona, you got motherfuckers calling from Colorado, so it got some notoriety. You know what I'm saying? They got some notoriety, you know, so it just is what it is. But, I know you about to end the show off, end the week off. So you fellas, man, I hope y'all have a safe week. I want all y'all to come back Monday, you know what I'm saying? If it's the creator's will, Bull, I know you're going to do your thing this weekend. Sean, I'm going to try to catch your show. Kev, you be safe out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Rail, wherever he at. I'm going to have to inbox Rail because I wanted to know where he got his car fixed at because I need to put mine in the shop. But I love you guys, man, and always stay safe, man. And I'll see y'all Monday.
Peace out, Dion.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let me see. Ernest said Cal didn't stand on his square, fam. There were other hiccups, but he hurt himself. He had the #1 song in the country and plenty other hits. Listen, there's an argument to be had there, and I'm not going to speak on it because Cuckoo is from the hood. I happen to know him personally. Yeah. As far as I ever know, Cuckoo was a good dude. I've never seen Cuckoo on some foul shit. I never seen him on some scamming, scheming shit. Whatever his demons were.
How about do him a favor and watch his documentary?
Right, and whatever his demons were,
he's gonna answer all your questions.
And whatever his demons were and are, he's fighting them just like I'm dealing with mine, and anybody else is dealing with theirs because we all have them. And so I'm not going to critique. And through conversation, I've heard him admit the mistakes he made that kind of sabotage his success. So I know this, but you're right. It's a lot of mitigating factors, Ewok. You're right. Kamar, what you got coming up this weekend?
Well, I'm not going to be there, but we got the third Thursday pitch contest with the Chamber of Commerce tomorrow. But I'm going to be at the Sherman Phoenix the rest of the week at the House of Vitality, where y'all can come and get your hot elderberry tea, or you can come get your cold elderberry tea. You come get all your sea moss products, all that good stuff. A lot of y'all been coming to get this. She legit. Yeah, I got that too. Come on down and holler at the kid.
Yeah, and I'm this weekend. I got my son's basketball. My son been balling, man. Like people, Sean said, you got to have haters, right?
Yeah,
and they can't take it from him. I know they want to say, nah, the boy gets it in. And next week, immediately following our Wednesday show, I'm getting on the road because he has a football visit, and he has a nice little situation forming. So if God just continues to keep blessing me, I'll get to see this boy extend and be a second generation college ball player, just like his daddy was. And this is gonna be a beautiful thing. I'm just me. I'm like a kid waiting to just be there, just to say because I know how hard he's worked for it. But so I'm a big and he's doing the 7-on-7, so my weekends are destroyed. Like Saturday night 9 to 11, I'm with him in Kenosha, like while he's practicing 7-on-7 football. So, man, the joys of fatherhood, man. That's what it's all about. My baby girl is gonna graduate and get her BS from the University of Minnesota in May. And so this season is turning into I'm gonna have to give me a couple suits, you dig, and get ready to take these photos. I know my boy got prom coming up. I got to get him laced for that. I know I said what's the rest of the week, but this is the kind of shit that I'm dealing with here at the house. So, Sean, next episode tomorrow night, tell us and what y'all got coming up.
We got Ken Hughes coming on, man. You're going to start to see improvements to the show over the next month. We're going to be giving away that free dinner by Greedy Guys. So go on Go on my page, go on YouTube, look at the last show. The questioner is on there. Ken will be picking the winner. He don't know it yet, but we gonna let him pick. And you know, we the game members, man, and you know, come into the game room sometime and chop it up with us. You know, and I'll be out and about. I got some meetings tomorrow, the day after, for the next few weeks, pushing safety on these streets, man, and trying to stop some of these traffic accidents and deaths. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, we said a lot tonight. We covered a lot of ground. I'm sure that most of it's accurate. Most of it has validity. But if there was any corrections that need to be made, like Scott is saying, is actually the black students are graduating with an 8th grade reading level. Okay, I said kindergarten. Either way, 8th grade is too low for you to be graduating from high school with. So I'm, you know, it's okay. I'm not above correction, right? Like, so, and that's the greatest thing about being humble, but at the same time being aware of your worth, right? I don't mind being corrected. I just don't tolerate getting disrespected. Ewok says it wasn't no disrespect at all to Cal. He said, I met him before through his cousin. I saw the doc. I didn't say, no, you didn't. And nobody said you did, Ewok. I just said I didn't want to necessarily criticize him for that, because there's artists who broke through the glass ceiling tremendously and was straight up drug addicts or alcoholics or what. Look at R. Kelly. He's the PP man. Look how far he made it, right? So that's all I was saying. You didn't say anything crossways, because like you said, if you watch the documentary, he details a lot of it himself.
Yeah. So why you bring R. Kelly into this though?
I was just trying to create a point of relevance.
On Valentine's Day, at that.
All I was trying to create a point of relevance. You do your thing, I do mine. Listen, happy Nappy Valentine's Day. I said I don't like it. I said I didn't appreciate the sentiment of it. But I do think it's important that if you have somebody who you are in a relationship with and you want to show them that you adore them, somebody got an echo? Somebody need to get muted?
No, that was me, man, playing the song by Cuckoo and my son. My bad, bro.
Okay. He's about to be cut the fuck off. No, if you got somebody who you love and you appreciate, man, show it to them, right? If you enjoy that as a man, and I do realize a lot of us as men, black men in particular, sometimes we just don't communicate in a way that's, you know, positive with our women, and that's why a lot of them feel rejected and a lot of them feel disrespected and unprotected. So if you appreciate Valentine's Day, by all means participate. If you got a woman you love that woman. I'm not telling you anything extra. Whatever you hear me say works for me, but it might not work for you. So you got to make sure you do you, man. It's very important that you understand that. So happy Nappy Valentine's Day to all my brothers and sisters, especially the ones in relationships who want to show each other that they care about each other. There's absolutely, positively nothing wrong with that. In the meantime and in between time, don't be the type of person whose criticism of the community outweighs your contribution, because if you are, that ultimately makes you a coon. I will see y'all Monday, man. Peace and love.